Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing this evening? Let's give everybody a few minutes to join in. Welcome to the Get Business Credit YouTube channel live stream Q&A. All right, so let's see here. You guys hear me okay? I want to make sure you guys can hear me all right. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for joining in again, another live stream with Get Business Credit YouTube channel. Sorry, it's a little noisy around the house, so just ignore that. But hopefully you guys already watched my new videos. I just put out a couple of videos, and that's basically what we're going to be talking about today in depth. Those videos and a little bit more details on data points on each of those videos. I'm also okay with doing more Creditsafe polls. If anybody wants to repoll their Creditsafe profile, business credit report, let me know. I'm here to ask, or shouldn't say ask, but here to help you guys any way I can. And let's see here. I had a rundown somewhere here on my computer of a few topics that I wanted to cover today. So you guys don't want to miss out on today's live cast. That's for sure. Let's see here. Image Printing Plus. Hello, Professor. Always Professor. Good evening, Image Printing Plus. How are you doing this evening? Don Gonzalez, hello. I don't think I've seen you before. You new subscriber. Appreciate you joining us in the live cast today. Denvel Edwards, the main man. Very loyal subscriber, just like Image Printing Plus. Thanks for joining in. Official Tubers channel. Hi. Hello. I haven't seen that name before, but glad to have you with us today. Appreciate it. Alfred Gomez, hello. Thanks for joining us today. Haven't seen you before either, so if you're not a subscriber, smash that subscribe button. I'm here to help you in any way I can. Jason Marcelius, I guess, just found you last night. Binged about 10 videos overnight. Awesome, man. Awesome, Jason. Appreciate it. Definitely helps everything if you guys are watching the videos, especially the new subscribers. I think I have over almost 50 videos now that I put out, and they're not outdated. They're all new. So I appreciate that so much. Here to help you guys out. We're getting tons of new subscribers in the last 72 hours. I think the YouTube algorithm is starting to push our content so much. Aslas, am I saying that right? 2884, hello, new subscriber. Yeah, I think I answered your question earlier about the no PG auto loan video. Alfred Gomez, hi. Okay, so you guys, you guys are new to the channel. So a little bit about me. I've owned, I can't even tell you how many businesses I've owned, but I've started doing at the age of 15 years old, started my own businesses at the flea market, buying out of popular mechanics magazines, the back of magazines, ordering wholesale items, and selling items literally on the weekend with my dog at flea markets, camping out at flea markets, back in the early 90s. And that's what led me to where I'm at now. Since then, I've owned over 10 different businesses and built business credit for over 4 businesses and have helped, I don't want to say hundreds, but dozens of companies, new companies, build business credit. So I'm here to help you guys out any way that I can. I have a lot of relationships directly with banks and business credit funding accounts, so I can definitely point you in the right direction. Image Printing Plus, good evening. Wow, if I only had you as a professor in college, I would have a straight A and would be a billionaire. Kudos to you. If I only knew what I knew today 20 years ago, I'd be a billionaire. It takes time learning everything. Jason, I forgot to hit that subscribe button. I just did. Yo, video setting up credit profile properly was golden. Yeah, awesome. Appreciate that. Yeah, stay tuned because I try to literally make videos every day. Sometimes it's only 5 days a week that I actually get the content out. I try to take a break with the kids and family. I have 7 kids, and 1 on the way, so it can be, quite busy, and I have to spend, some family time, but kind of addicted to this new YouTube teaching everybody. Anyways, you guys go and ask any questions you may have. It doesn't matter if they're newbie questions or you already have established business profiles with Dun and Bradstreet, Experian, Equifax, Creditsafe. Doesn't matter. I can guide you in the right direction, whatever your goals are. Everybody's different on what goals they have with their business credit, so, and everybody's personal credit is different than each other. So I'm here to help you out, guide you for whatever goals that you have with your business and have your business succeed, because business credit isn't just about getting, business credit lines and funding. It's about sustaining your business and how to expand your operations to take it to the next level. Don says, new to business credit, have no accounts reporting yet. Personal credit has very high mortgage debt, 1 recent late payment, 1 collection, FICO 600. Is it worth playing for a Wells Fargo secured card? Don, no. And the recent late payment, if it's recent in the last 12 months, 16 months, I can help you get that removed. I don't charge anything. I can just give you some advice. Shoot me an email. My email is in the description, or actually it's scrolling across below the screen. You should see it there, info@vanhornmarketing.com or support@joshvanhorn.com. Shoot me an email and I'll guide you in the right direction and give you advice about getting the late payment removed if it's recent in the last 18 months, and collection as well. I also teach personal credit, so I can help you out with that. So yeah, you definitely want to work on your personal credit. And I'm not just saying this to Don, I'm saying it to everybody. When you're building business credit, don't start building business credit and you have a 550 FICO score with your personal credit, because when you get to the tier 3 or in tier 4, as others say, you're going to need to get soft pulled on your personal credit. Doesn't mean it's going to be a personal guarantee funding loan for your business, but they're still going to soft pull, just like Divvy soft pulls to gauge if they're going to approve you or not. It's not a PG. It's still no personal guarantee business line of credit, but they still soft pull the business owner to see, it helps them gauge the risk. Let's see here. Sorry, I got 3 monitors here, so let me see here. Let's see here. Mr. J, your top 10 net 30 accounts. I hate to give out like those top 5 and top 10 net 30 accounts because everybody's different on what type of business you have, what you need. A towing business or trucking business is different than a beauty salon. So it's hard for me to actually tell you which ones to go after. I can give you the, normal ones like Uline, Quill, Shirtsy, Crown Office Supplies. Let's see who else. Creative CEO, DC. But I don't want to mention certain names to those, even though I've talked about them in other past videos, because the reporting recently has changed with some of those. So I don't want to get into all those right now. Feel free to shoot me an email with where you're at right now with business credit, info@vanhornmarketing.com. I don't charge anything for this advice. I would just guide you in the right direction and give you a custom list based on where you are right now with your business credit, because there's over 100 net 30 vendors out there, and over 50 of them actually report, but who they report to matters. Most important are Dun and Bradstreet and Experian. Denville Edwards, how do you remove bankruptcy? I will help you out with that because it's on the personal side. Denville, I'm sure you have my email address, info@vanhornmarketing.com, or support@joshvanhorn.com. Shoot me an email, send me a screenshot of your bankruptcy, where it's reporting, if it's reporting on Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, so I can see the date and stuff, where it's reporting out of. I can guide you how to get that removed, but bankruptcies aren't very hard to get removed off your personal credit. Can a house be purchased with business credit? Facebook user says. So yes and no. If you're looking to get into the real estate game, yes, under a LLC or INC, but usually it's done under LLC. That can be done with a hard money lender loan. I made a video about that, but it depends. If you're just talking about a house where you're going to live in, then no, you really can't. But if it's going to be a real estate deal where you're going to flip the property or sell it to a family member later after it's rehabbed or whatever, then yes, you can buy that, with a hard money loan with business credit. But you're still going to need some type of down payment. You're still going to need, 5 to 20% down. And that's, it doesn't matter if you have business credit or not. You can pretty much get approved for that, no problem. Don says, applying for NAV now, no accounts reporting yet, shooting for lines that report to 3 bureaus. Is it okay to state revenue? So Don, I'd appreciate if you used my link for NAV, if you're going to sign up for NAV. You need to sign up for the business boost. It's like $39 a month. And if you pay quarterly, it gives you a little discount. I think $99. But if you're going to go ahead and sign up, I'd sign up with our affiliate link. You don't have to. It just helps support the channel. But if you would like to sign up using our link. It just support for our channel. But yeah, nav is probably the number one that you want to sign up for. That's the very first thing you should do, in fact, because it reports to all the business credit bureaus. You know, it helps generate that hard to get Dun and Bradstreet Paydex score because it acts as one active trade line, and it reports monthly. So, Mr. J, okay, thank you for your reply. No problem, Mr. J, and I'm serious about that. When you guys email me, you'll never see me reply back and ask for money from you guys. I don't do that like other channels. You know, I'm here to help. Sometimes it takes a day or two to get a reply back, but just shoot me an email, info@vanhornmarketing.com or support@joshvanhorn.com. I'll be happy to assist you. Done. Yes, want to do the $39 a month, but can we state our revenue? So, done. NAV is not. So NAV Business Boost for that $39 a month, all that does is actually reports to Equifax, Experian, and Dun and Bradstreet business credit profiles. It reports that monthly payment as a similar to like a utility payment. You know, it's like a trade line. So you're not gonna. I mean, I know in NAV they say there's a section in there for like state your, yearly income or whatever. That's not for the credit bureaus. That's just so NAV can match you with a loan that they work with, a lender they work with. So don't even worry about that. What's important is to, one, already have your LLC or INC or S Corp already registered with the Secretary of State in your state. And if you already have that done, then get the NAV Business Boost, because that's going to start reporting to all three bureaus. And I think NAV does it on the first of every month. So if you set up now, they'll report by the first of the month. So, that's going to help you build up your business credit. It's the number one that I recommend as far as the very first trade line anybody should get is NAV Business Boost. Yeah. I'm guessing you're talking about like when you join NAV and it says like put in your information as far as like your business information. That's fine, and that's gonna search for your business credit reports with Equifax, Experian, and Dun and Bradstreet. But the part where they're asking you for your profile on your stated income for your business income, you can put whatever you want there, but that's just to match you with lenders that they make money from by selling your information. So that doesn't go on your actual business credit reports. Denville, I've signed up on OtterBox Business Solutions. It's a net 30 report to Dun and Bradstreet. The name sounds familiar. What is OtterBox? I can't think of what it is right now. It kind of sounds familiar though, but I don't know. What is that exactly? Denville. Done. I have 3 businesses. We'll use your link for 2. I've already signed up for 1. Yeah, no problem. No problem. What are your thoughts on merchant accounts versus PayPal? I mean, I use PayPal and I use Stripe. There's other ones like 5-Star Processing and First Merchants that they try to give you a credit line. You can notice like other business credit YouTube channels try to promote 5-Star Processing and First Merchants. I don't push them. I have a First Merchant account. It's they give you a little credit line. It's kind of nonsense, in my opinion. I would advise to take both, actually, just like I do. I take Stripe and I take Stripe and I take PayPal. Some clients just want to pay me through PayPal. I deal with law firm marketing, so I do marketing on Google for attorneys nationwide. So some of those are old fashioned. They just call me with their credit card number and I auto bill it through Stripe. And then some of these attorneys, they won't give me their credit card information, so I just send them a PayPal invoice. But you can pass over that if that's the type of business you're in, where you're charging some type of fee for services or whatever. You on the PayPal invoices, I pass over 3.9% and make the client pay the 3.9% if they're doing it on PayPal. But yeah, I mean, that's what I would advise, to take both, because with Stripe, they have not just Stripe, but PayPal offers it too. So you make a point there. Stripe and PayPal offer working capital loans once you meet a certain threshold. I'm not quite sure what Stripe's is, because it's like an invitation only once you start processing so much payments. But with PayPal working capital, you have to generate, and you have to have a business account with PayPal and have to have at least, I believe it was 15,000 in the last 12 calendar months of revenue coming in from clients as actual invoices, or eBay income, not personal payments. It has to be, actual income coming in. It was 15,000, but now it's, I believe, 20,000 since COVID. So, and that's going to be your best bet as far as if you can meet those thresholds. Your approval is pretty high if you can meet those requirements as far as, getting the sales coming through, because it's kind of like invoicing, factoring, and they don't do any, personal credit check for that at all. It's completely on the business. Denville Edwards, they sell phone cases and more and other things. Yeah, I know OtterBox, they're a cell phone case company. I thought you were talking about something else. I didn't have any idea that OtterBox sells does net 30. So what do you do, Denville? Are you reselling their products? Is that what it is? You have a business account with them and you're reselling their products? I'd definitely like to know more about that. Don Gonzalez, lots of YouTubers downing PayPal because they've been holding funds a lot lately. Yeah, I don't have much experience with that. I have two PayPal accounts. One's from like 2009 and one's from 2018. I've never once had any issues. I mean, I did back, in 2010, 2011, but once you establish and have payments coming in steadily, I never had any problems with anything getting held at all. Now, PayPal accounts that I have with the eBay, when I was selling a lot of liquidation products back in 2005, 2006, I had a lot of issues with where they're holding a lot of money and had to wait 6 months to get it. But recently, I would say in the last 10 years, that's really not a problem, because they've kind of controlled that and got that under control. Don't know, Anthony, I'm late. Yep, you're late. It's all right. Welcome this evening. Cheese Ball. I like the name and icon. I think you're a new viewer. If you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. And all you guys, please smash that like button if you guys like this live cast so far. I'll get into some more details here shortly. I'm just trying to answer all the questions. Is there a specific amount of net 30s you need to move past tier 2 net 30 accounts? So Cheeseball, I mean, my tier 1 list is different from Credit Suites or other, YouTubers that teach business credit. Everybody has their own tier lists. There is a certain order that you want to apply for certain ones. So there's like top level tier 2s, and then there's basic tier level 2s, and then there's just your starter accounts, your tier 1s. But as far as like your tier 1s, your Nav Business Boost, Quail, Uline, Shirtsy, Crown Office Supplies, Summa, Strategic Network Solutions, those are all starter vendors pretty much, with the exception of Quill and Uline. Those you can use, long term, and they're good reporters. Quill is starting to report now. A lot of people are saying they don't report. They just started this past Monday, reporting again. I can confirm that. But I would say you want to get, when it comes to reporting, you really want to get with Dun and Bradstreet and Experian. You want to have like 5 to 6 on each one before you start going after like Best Buy, Home Depot, Dell, Lowe's, Amazon, that 55 account. So like I said, you want to get the Paydex score up. You want to get your Experian score up, preferably 85 or higher with both of those if you really want to get high limit approvals with the other ones. So I hope that answered your question. Don Gonzalez, what are your thoughts on Advanced Auto Parts commercial lending account when you don't have any trade lines reporting just yet? So with Advanced Auto, if you're talking about like a net 30 account with Advanced Auto and AutoZone and like O'Reilly Auto Parts, most of those you're going to get approved if you go print off the application, do it at home on the PDF file, print it off, and then take the application into the store, talk to the store manager. Don't talk to the clerk, because 9 out of 10 times they don't even know what you're talking about. So you want to talk to the manager that's on duty, supervisor. But you can, if you have just a couple trade lines, it just depends who they're actually pulling. Most of those actually pulled Dun and Bradstreet, from my recollection. But I would say don't even try to even apply yet for them until you get at least 3 or 4 trade lines reporting already on Dun and Bradstreet and Experian. But I'm pretty sure they're pulling Dun and Bradstreet. But yeah, I don't think you're going to get approved not having any trade lines. You want to at least have that Paydex score with Dun and Bradstreet. That takes 3, sometimes even 4. Denville Edwards, you can sell their products, but I applied just to buy things for myself. Yeah, Denville, I'm going to check that out. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm definitely going to check that out. I'm interested about it. They make good quality cell phone cases. Image Printing Plus, I recently got approved for 3200 Shell Fleet Plus. You instructed us to wait 60 to 90 days to reapply to WEX. Do you know if the WEX would split the 3200 Shell with the Universal No PG deposit? When you say you got approved for a 3200 Shell Fleet Plus, That was no PG, right? That was a unsecured no PG, right? Because I instructed to wait 60 to 90 days if you got the PG or deposit or denial. You need to wait about 60 to 90 days. But if you already got approved, if it was just recently or whatever, you got approved in the last week or two, wait about 30 to 60 days, I would say. And you can apply for like the one I just talked about today, where you can do the business hotel and charge hotel rooms and buy tires if you want to through the WEX Black card. It's the WEX Universal card. Let me get caught up here, you guys. A lot of messages coming in. Has uline slowed down on reporting? Have no trade lines reporting yet, but do get uline's book and wondering if it's set up and account is worth it. So uline is pretty steady on reporting. They're hit or miss. Sometimes they report weekly. Sometimes it's, every 6 weeks, but they're pretty steady about reporting, if you get an account with them. But you guys have to understand something. Just a lot of other YouTubers are talking about like, oh, I got approved for this, that, all these different type of, Floor and Decor and Menards and Caterpillar, all these different trade lines get approved for these $10,000, $20,000 credit lines. They're kind of misleading you because those trade lines are not going to report to any business credit bureau unless you use them, period. So if you have a Sunbelt $40,000 approval, I got 4 of those with all my businesses, but until you use it, it's not going to show up on your business credit reports, period. So it's kind of counterproductive to go after trade lines that you're not going to be using, period. So who cares that you get, a high credit limit with certain accounts? Yes, you can build business relationship with the underwriters and stuff, but just because you have 3 approvals through Citibank and they're through, Staples and Home Depot and Caterpillar, if you don't use them, you're not building that relationship up with Citibank for your business. So you need to really use them. Cheese Ball, thank you. That did. I have another question as far as business revenue. Does this matter when applying to starter vendors or more down the line later with bigger vendors? Yeah, so even tier 1, tier 2, most of them don't even ask for your annual revenue. So it really doesn't matter. It really only starts to matter when you're starting to get into wanting to get no PG credit cards or funding. But I would say for the most part, if you're just now starting to build your business credit, then no, it doesn't matter as far as your revenue. Most of them do not even ask. Jerry Smith, there's the man. Hey, Jerry, thanks for tuning in. Don Gonzalez, is it possible to get trade lines reporting in less than 90 days? Specifically when starting from none reporting? Yeah, so if you check out, let me see here. I made a video because I get that question all the time, so I made a video about it. So this video right here, Don, I'll share the link here. Let's see here, skip ads. So just like it says right here, how to build business credit fast, expect to spend $800 to $1,500 on products and fees for these trade lines. Each vendor trade lines offers net 30 account terms. Some require membership fee and or a minimum trigger reporting. but this is the quickest option blueprint that I've put together. If you want to get, the business trade lines reporting to Experian, Equifax, and Dun and Bradstreet fast, also Creditsafe. So when I say expect to spend $800 to $1,500, I'm talking about not paying me, but that's like, so this is the vendor list. So you're going to get your nav, that's going to be $39 a month. Crown Office Supply, that's like $99 for the annual membership. You got Uline, Quill, Shirtsy. Some of these have membership fees, some do not. But if you combine that, in best case scenario, you're going to be about $800 for buying products with them to trigger the net 30. Worst case scenario, you're going to be, that's with deposits, say BP, MasterCard made you put a $200 deposit, and Wex made you put a $500 deposit, so that's $700. So you minus that off, and they're both good reporters, the Dun and Bradstreet and Experian. But say you didn't have to get the deposit, then you'd be about $800 for all these. So you would have a good 4 to 5 trade lines reporting to Experian, Equifax, and Dun and Bradstreet. So I'm going to put that video in the comment section for those that want to view that, to watch that video. Check it out. Because I literally broke down what to do on each one. Let's see here. How do you know if there's 5 or 6 trade lines reporting? Tronic Depot. So the best and easiest way is getting the NAV Business Boost. They show you your trade lines with Equifax, Experian, and Dun and Bradstreet. So you can kind of see, what trade lines are reporting. It doesn't tell you which ones they are. It just shows you, packaging supply or office supply, utilities. That's how I'll break it down. With business credit, you can never see the actual reporter. But that's the best way to monitor your business credit is through NAV. And you can also get your business credit report with Experian and then Dun and Bradstreet there's a more expensive fee with them directly, but that's going to be your best bet as far as monitoring it and not spending much money. And they give you your scores as well as your personal scores as well, your personal Vantage and TransUnion and TransUnion and Experian Vantage scores with NAV. How do I see that? So let's see here. In case you missed it, let's see here. Tronic Depot, that's the link. If you want to sign up, you can use my link. You don't have to. You can sign up directly. It just helps support the channel. But you can sign up for the NAV Business Boost. It's $39 a month, and you can see everything that's reporting, if there's anything reporting. And they give you instant updates if there's any credit pulls on your business or personal side. Jerry Smith, how many tier 1s do you recommend before starting tier 2? I know you mentioned this, maybe you can get as many as 15 tier 1 trade lines. I mean, it depends on your goal. I mean, there is no certain set amount of number, of tier 1 trade lines. I would say that could be, 5 to 7 to be able to get equal reporting with Dun and Bradstreet and Experian. Those are the two main that are going to be pulled. So if you get like 6 or 7 tier 1 trade lines, not all 6 or 7 of those are going to, post to report to Dun and Bradstreet. So what you're going to want to do is get 6 or 7. So then it's spread, and you're going to have, 3 or so report to Dun and Bradstreet, and 3 or 4 are going to report to Experian, or maybe 2 or 3 will report to Experian, and 1 or 2 will report to Equifax. So that's why I recommend getting as many as you can if you can afford it, because, a lot of the tier 1 starter vendors, they overcharge for their products, but that's the price you got to pay to build business credit. Who did Floor and Decor report to? Experian Business. Yep, Denval, they report to Experian Business. Walter Hicks, thanks for everything. Thanks for joining in, Walter. You guys give me 1 second, please. I'll be right back, okay? I just have to check on my daughter real quick, okay? Just 1 second. You guys bear with me 1 second, all right? I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to check on my daughter. Okay, let's get back to that. Yeah, ask any questions you want. Let's see here. Let's see here. You are the best. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Image Printing Plus. Can you pull my Creditsafe to see if Crown is reporting the 100 at all? They haven't reported my payments to any bureau yet. Yeah. What state again? And it's Image Printing Plus. 3 words, right? Let's see here. Memphis, right? Didn't you say Memphis? Image print. Bear with me. Here it's loading here. There you go. Printing Plus. So Image Printing Plus, I don't remember what your last one was, but it was last updated 226, 2 trade lines, and a recent high credit of 100. So it does look like that. Yeah, it does look like that's probably them. Let me see here. Let me try to look and see the trade lines. So I don't know. Image Printing Plus, I don't know what it was last time. I forgot if it's, I've pulled so many reports, but it's showing there's $100. I don't know if that was there before, but there's two trade lines reporting. So there's a single trade line for 100. Darnell Anthony, will the free nav hurt you? No, no, it won't hurt you. The free nav's just giving you the basic information. The only difference between the free and the paid nav is the paid Business Boost nav will actually report your monthly payment of that $39 as a trade line, versus the free one's not going to report that. Nav's not going to report a trade line for you with them. So no, it doesn't hurt you at all. Let's see here. Walter Hicks, take your time, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, I had to check on my daughter. This Don says, if you upgrade to NAV $39 a month plan and pay quarterly upfront, is that factored as a 3-month positive payment history to the 3 bureaus? Yes, it is. It will actually be reported. At least it did with mine, because I don't do monthly. I do the quarterly to save a little extra money. It actually reported the whole payment 3 months in a row, but showed it as the whole amount. I think I got it for like 97 or something at the time for the 3 months, because they give you a discount if you do quarterly. Yeah, Image Printing Plus. Yeah, I can't remember Image Printing Plus. I know we pulled years before, but I don't remember what it was before. If there's two reporting, your risk score, it seems like it might have went down. Your credit limit's 5,000 recommended credit limit. But I just don't remember. I can't compare it to what we pulled last time. I know we pulled it before, but I just can't remember. So if you can let me know about that. Yeah, Denvo, I can pull your Creditsafe profile. What's your business name again? I forget. Let me know. Bomb Pro 205. So I just lost over 30 points on my Experian score in 1 month. I got approved for 4,500 in store Sam's Club card. I spent 1,200. Statement just came yesterday. Made a little bit more than the minimum. Yeah, so that's not a big deal. So if you got approved for the 4,500 in store Sam's card, you spent 1,200, so a little bit over 25%. So it works kind of the same as debt to income ratio, just like your personal credit. So that's going to show us like, your debt utilization with your business credit profile. And I'm sure it's probably reporting on your Experian, as you said, because that's for Synchrony Bank. So don't get too hung up on that. You will lose points on that, but once it's paid down, then you're gonna. It's a catch-22 thing, because if you got 4,500 and you don't spend the 4,500, then it's gonna hurt your score kind of, because To grow with business credit, you need to show that you're actually spending high limit, that you can handle high limit trade lanes, meaning that they're reporting a high limit. So it's better if you spent that $1,200 than if you just charged, say, $200 out of that $4,500 approval. That's going to help you in the near future. So once you pay that down to, say, a couple $100, it's going to show your highest balance payment as $1,200, and your score should bounce higher than what it was before, the 30 points that you lost. It should jump up, I would say, about 40 points. Braids by Ebalon. Hello. I think you're maybe a new subscriber or a new viewer. Hit that subscribe button. I'm here to help you guys out. Actually, I think I've seen you last time, I believe. But let me pull yours here. So I think that's what you want me to do. Braids by... Sorry. You guys bear with me here because I have to type, like I said, over my keyboard here with the microphone. Are you happen to be in Oakland, California? Because if you're in Oakland, it's showing non-active. So let me know about that. No, you're not in Oakland? Okay, so then see, it doesn't have the LLC there. So I'm spelling it right? Yeah. So what you want to do is, if you want to get a Creditsafe account, go to creditsafe.com. They should allow you to register a free account to generate your reporting. Some people recently said that now they're trying to charge. I think that's just an upsell, but I think the basic profile is free. Denville, let's see here. Mo's unique fashion. Fashion LLC. Denville, is that exactly how it's your business is spelled? Let me know. Because it doesn't look like there's any there. Don says, what is Creditsafe? So Creditsafe is actually the largest business credit bureau in the world. However, they're just not very big in the US right now. They started in Europe, the UK. So like in Europe, all over Europe and the UK, that's the main credit bureau that businesses, utilizes Creditsafe. So about 10 or 15 years ago, Creditsafe started coming over to the U.S., getting into the U.S. market. And I would say in the last 3 to 5 years, they're really getting traction because they allow unlimited reporting, credit pulls, unlike Dun and Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax charge, say, Home Depot, Citibank, they charge for each report that gets pulled. Versus Creditsafe, they give you unlimited credit pulls for a set fixed monthly rate or yearly rate. Like mine's $8,000 a year for unlimited credit pulling with Creditsafe. But I use it for my other business. It's a tool I actually use for reporting, my clients, not my business credit clients, but my clients for my marketing business. I do national press release distribution service. So I offer net 30 terms for that. So I check out the company's credit with Creditsafe. That's, and I can pull Equifax Business as well. I just cannot do that live on this live cast, but my Creditsafe account comes with Equifax Business credit pulls as well. I just can't do it live online with you guys. I don't want to get in trouble. Let's see here. Don, what are some good trade lines for travel agents? I mean, I would say the Wax Fleet card is good, but there's not really set trade lines really for, travel agents per se. But you have to look at what do you use every day and what do you use monthly, and I can kind of give you a custom list. Just shoot me an email, info@vanhornmarketing.com or support@joshvanhorn.com. Shoot me an email. Tell me what your goal is and your type of business, and I'll send you more of a customized list of trade lines that I would advise you to get, because everybody's business is different. So there's some net 30 accounts that are just unnecessary for certain businesses, if you're not going to utilize them. Yeah, Denville. So it looks like there's nothing showing up. So try to check out creditsafe.com and try to register your business. See if they allow you to register it. So, but I wouldn't pay them anything. If they try to get you to pay something, don't even bother with it. Some people are saying that they are trying to charge like $1,500 or something. Don't even bother with it. It's free. They're just trying to upsell you. Don Gonzalez, good trade lines for clothing resale. Like I said, it just really depends. I mean, you have to look at a lot of these trade lines as not so much. Yes, some of them can help you for products that you use every day, for your business, or every week or every month. But a lot of the trade lines that we're building up business credit for is to be able to get funding, no personal guarantee, credit cards, light corporate cards, corporate charge cards. So then you can have a $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 MasterCard that you can use to buy wholesale your items and then just pay back every month, and you're reselling your items. It gives you leverage. All right, let me try without the parenthesis comma there. Denville. Yeah, see, it's still not showing anything for Moe's, even removing that. Let's see. Yeah, Denville, it's still not showing. Hello, Bluebird. Thanks for tuning in. If you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. You guys smash that like button as well if you haven't already done so. It helps this live video get out to other people that aren't a subscriber. Let's see here. I effed up and went with iPostal prior to seeing your videos regarding virtual address, and BKC wouldn't give me a business account. Now I have to change the address with the vendors, state IRS. Where do I start? Thank you. Walters, yeah. So that's the problem. I put out 2 videos about that. The virtual addresses are fine, as long as you do it the way that I pointed it out, doing the co-working office space, not those UPS and postal addresses and stuff, mail pack centers. But the most important one to get updated is your Secretary of State. I don't know what state you're in, but most states process it, like Ohio can process it even same day. And it's just, I think, $45 fee. Every state's different, but you should be able to be updated within a week once you get the new address. The IRS, you have to send in the form. Shoot me an email if you need help with that. I'm happy to help, but I can guide you in the right direction. The IRS can take, a month or so to update, but it really doesn't matter as long as everyone's going to be looking at when you're starting off your, tier 1 accounts is your Secretary of State listing. So as long as it's updated with the Secretary of State, that's the most important. The IRS can take a little bit of time to get updated, though, for processing. But as long as the Secretary of State is updated, that's the most important. But shoot me an email if you need help, info@vanhornmarketing.com or support@joshvanhorn.com. Derek Cantrell, it's scrolling across the screen right below there in the very bottom where it says super chats. Super chats are on. Live Q&A with Joshua. Questions, building business credit. Email me at info@vanhornmarketing.com, or you can shoot me an email at my new site email address, and that's support@joshvanhorn.com. Don Gonzalez, any ideas how to leverage business credit? Well, yeah, you can get like Divvy. I mean, I got a $150,000 credit line with Divvy. It's a MasterCard I can use. And then I just got approved for the Clear Card. That was a $10,000 approval. But you're going to need to have business credit. Those aren't going to approve you with no business credit. If they do approve you, then they're going to be factoring in your personal credit. So you want to build up that business credit. Even if you have good personal credit, that they're going to do soft pulls with, say, Experian, you're going to get a bigger credit line and no PG with these fintech companies if you have those trade lines already built up. So that's why I'm saying you want to have, ideally 7 on Dun and Bradstreet and 7 on Experian. That's the ideal range. And you want to have, if possible, get, at least 1 or 2 that are at least $1,000 trade line, showing on Dun and Bradstreet and Experian. Then you get into a lot more options as far as leveraging business credit. No PG. All right, so the email I put there, info@vanhornmarketing.com or support@joshvanhorn.com. Do these companies look at bank statements as reference or for revenue or other documents? Once you start getting into tier 2, yes, they do look at bank statement. They don't really look at bank statements, but they ask for trade references, and they ask for bank references. Some of them do when you get into the upper tier 2, but for the basic tier 2 and tier 1, no, they don't ask for anything like that. They don't even ask for how much revenue your business makes. Denvel Edwards, I have $16,000 credit for Floor and Decor, but I don't have anything to buy from them. Yeah, for my newer business, I just started in April of last year. I applied a couple months back and got 10,000. I think it was 10,500 with Floor and Decor. But yeah, you're right. I mean, that's a trade line that is, I apply for a lot of them just to see, the data points for you guys. But me as what I do for a living and stuff, I don't need anything like that. But it's good for somebody that rebuilds houses or is in the construction field or is in the real estate business or rental business. Those are good trade lines that you can really utilize good. So if anybody's in real estate, rehab, flipping, rental properties, like, business credit's awesome for you guys because you have pretty much every trade line out there from tier 1 to tier 2 you can utilize, and it's all stuff that you guys could use. Lowe's, Home Depot, Floor and Decor, equipment, tool rental, all of it. But for us, not in the real estate business, what are we going to do? Like, Denver, like, what are you going to do with that 16,000? Just like you said, I mean, that credit line is kind of pointless. In my opinion, it's kind of pointless because unless you use it, it's not going to help you on business credit. It's not even going to be reported. But Denver, you're 100% right, though, as far as like what you're saying, as far as like, but you don't have anything to buy from them. Don't buy from them, just to buy from them. It's unnecessary, That's not the correct way to build business credit, especially for a niche type company like that. That's not a starter vendor, and, it's just unnecessary. It's fine that you got it. It doesn't hurt to have it, but, like I said, it's not helping, unless you use it. That's why these other YouTube channels are talking, oh, get this credit line, get that credit line. But I mean, what good does it do if you don't use it? It's not going to report anything. And then you just wasted an hour or 2 hours trying to apply and fill that application out that you're not going to be using, a Caterpillar, bulldozer rental or whatever. I mean, what are you going to rent with them anyways? So just unnecessary. Focus that time and energy on your business and what you can do to scale your business rather than going after certain trade lines that are just nonsense trade lines, in my opinion. Walter Hicks, appreciate the blessings. Knowledge, Josh. Walter, I appreciate you tuning in for sure. I really enjoy the support. Yvonne Smith Oliver. Hi there, Yvonne. Glad to have you with us. I'm not sure if I've seen you or not. If not, subscribe, please. Let's see here. Let me see your question. My experience score went from 91 to 36 after second trade line reported. Not sure why, but I haven't had any late payments, and I pay after the invoice, but before the due date. Any suggestions? Yeah, so if you're 91 to 36, that's a pretty alarming situation there. How much was that second trade line? What was the amount? What was the first trade line reporting amount, and what was the second trade line reporting? But something like that, I would. You can tell me on here, but Yvonne Smith, send me an email. But here's my emails. Info at Van Horn Marketing or support at vanhornmarketing.com. Like I said, I don't charge anything, but shoot me an email and send me, if you have NAV, send me a screenshot of what you're seeing. You can black out your personal information. Just send me a screenshot so I can give you a better idea. I don't charge anything, but going from 91 to say 55, that's like what we just talked about earlier with who was it? Too many names here. What? I don't want to go back too far, but the Sam's Club card, that tends to happen because they're revolving, but years went from 91 to 36. That's a pretty big jump, going basically nosediving. That's not good. So shoot me an email and I'll look into that for you and give you my advice. Because, stuff like that helps me give others advice as well. If I see actual, real case study situations, But I know how the Experian Intel score works very well. And there's a reason why that went from 91 to 36. And it could be your location as well. That gets updated every month through census data. So depending on like your location, there's certain criterias with the credit bureaus. If it's more businesses are closing, say with Dun and Bradstreet and Experian, if they're noticing more people, say in Cleveland, Ohio, are shutting down business or being late on their payments, then it kind of hurts everybody's credit score. If they're in that same, say, niche, say beauty salon or towing company, there's an algorithm to it. So that can account for a certain amount of points as well. But I can look that information up. Just shoot me an email about it. Cheryl's Jerome. Hi, Josh. Thank you for making this live show. Would you be able to check my business credit report for me too? Yes, Cheryl. Just send me your business name. I can check your Creditsafe profile. No problem. Yvonne, I subscribed for 3 months. Oh, okay. Yeah, you weren't on the live chats. That's why. But yeah, shoot me an email. I'll definitely check out and advise you in the right direction. Facebook user, does DNB go out of their way to be impossible to try to get us to purchase their service? Yeah, they do. They do try to do everything they can to get you to buy their service, their credit builder or credit service. And they make it kind of hard. If you don't say yes, then, it delays everything. But, don't let that discourage you. But, Dun and Bradstreet, there's Facebook groups that says like, stop Dun and Bradstreet, stop DNB. There's, a handful of Facebook groups out there that are all hate DNB groups, Dun and Bradstreet's bad about that, They're basically just a marketing company with data. Experian, you don't have to deal with that with Experian. That's a good thing with Experian. And honestly, I think when it comes to like getting no personal guarantee, like the auto loans, like I talked about, business auto loans, no PG, like Sam's Club card, Citibank backed cards, like Home Depot, Lowe's, Staples, Office Max, Office Depot. Those are all pulled through Experian. So I would say when it comes to even like Divvy, lines of credit and stuff, most use Experian. Dun and Bradstreet is just more used by certain trade lines such as like Quill and Uline, Advanced AutoZone, ones like that. So, like I primary focus on telling people to, yes, you want to get that paydex score up because so like FleetCor, which is Fuelman, BP Solutions, and a few others, they use they pull through Experian, but WexBank cards pull through Creditsafe and Dun and Bradstreet. So like 80% of all the gas cards out there pull through Dun and Bradstreet and Creditsafe combined together. The first trade line was 250 and the other one was 100. Yeah, Yvonne, shoot me a screenshot of that, please, in an email. And that something's not right, but it could be something with your data profile that got updated or something that one of the trade lines sent in incorrectly. It could be a SIC code or an NI code. And something got updated with Experian that was incorrect. So shoot me that over and I'll take a look. I'll be happy to help. Only thing I ask is for you guys to smash the like button and, just support the channel. That's all. As far as like, watch my videos. That's all. Denville, I had 80, went down to 40. Yeah, Denville, that's the thing is Experian moves around a lot. It's probably the most volatile business credit reporting agency out there, which is a good thing. That's why Citibank, that's why all these banks use Experian, because it's more like your personal credit, just like FICO. But it shouldn't be moving like that. Like you guys are saying, 91 to 36, 80 to 40. There's reasons for that, but keep in mind, you can lose 10 points by doing nothing wrong. And that can just be the economic of your area for your business and the type of business you are in. That's why there's 2 videos I posted, and I made it very clear, especially in the members only section of the channel, where you guys can see here. I'm not trying to upsell you guys or anything, but where it says like join right here, if you join it's like $9.99 a month. It's showing my other currency, but $9.99 a month, and you get on the membership, you get to see like you'll see here. Let me see if it shows. So you see this area where it says members only. So like I give members only data points on like Chase business cards, your score is needed, the Inc. business cash, how much you're going to get. I give data points like that. And then like I'm reminding the members, correcting these data points. I put this out for everybody, but I remind the members what to do. But I would say I have 2 videos that's out there for the public that are probably the lowest viewed videos I have, and they're the most overlooked videos, because not correcting these issues with your business credit report, I tell you, is gonna hurt you, honestly. I mean, it's very much overlooked, and people just get by with the bare minimum credit report that is issued out there from data aggregators like LexisNexis and Secretary of State. That data being pulled by Experian, Equifax, and Dun and Bradstreet. But you need to update a lot of that information yourself to get it all correct, and that's going to increase your score as well. So you can kind of secure your score with especially Experian, because they update pretty quick. I went over that in one of the videos, but you can safeguard yourself from those big drops on, your business credit score with Experian by, fixing certain codes and key information on your business credit report that Experian Business does not have about you. So if you provide that information to them, it's going to make a thicker, stronger Experian credit profile. More information they have, the higher credit score you're going to get. It's not always just about trade lines. It's also about the data information they have about your business. More information they have, it's going to help thicken your file. You're going to get a higher Intel score with Experian. Yvonne, would you recommend I stop applying until my credit score increases? Yeah, I would say shoot me an email and I can probably spot whatever the problem is, probably just in a matter of 5 minutes of looking at a screenshot of your Experian report. But yeah, I wouldn't say until the score increases. I would say until you figure out what's wrong with the, that's a pretty big drop. I mean, that's where we talking, 40 some points, 43, 44 points drop just for a second trade line. There's something else going on. That's why I said we need to figure that out. So I'll be happy to help. Business name is going to reinforce. Let me see here. Sherry's, let's see here. Under reinforcing. We'll see. All right, Sherry's. Am I saying it right? Sherry's Jerome. Creditsafe doesn't have anything for you, which isn't a big deal. Just go to creditsafe.com and try to register a free account. Don't pay them though. They'll try to sell you like their membership or something. They're not utilized right now. I would say in 3 or 4 years, Creditsafe will be up there with Experian and Dun and Bradstreet, but for right now they're not. But you want to get established with Creditsafe for sure. Just don't pay them anything. But as of right now, nothing. Macaulay, hey, hello, Professor. Hello, how are you? Let's see here. Let me get back. I'll catch up to all you guys' email right now. Let's see here. How often should one buy from these net 30 accounts in order to keep them reporting? I would say the starter vendors like Strategic Office Supplies and or Strategic Network Solutions, Summa Office Supplies, Crown. Those throwaway vendors, those are just to get utilized no more than once a year, if even just more than just once only. Just once only till you get the other ones going. As far as Quill and Uline, trade lines like that, it's best to buy like once every 2 to 3 months, in my opinion. Spend $50 with Quill buying coffee or sanitary hand wipes or whatever, something that you could use or whatever. $50-$60 every 2 to 3 months. That will keep that going. But you guys don't pay you guys' invoices too early. If you literally get the invoice and then you pay it right away, some of those companies, they're not going to report it because you paid it too quick. Their system can't, it's not giving their accounting system enough time, because it's not giving their accounting system enough time to actually show that it's a outstanding invoice. And when I say outstanding invoice, I don't mean past due invoice, but I mean like unpaid invoice, that's waiting for payment. So rule of thumb is pay it 7 to 10 days from the due date. So if it's due on, say, the 30th, pay it on the 20th or the 23rd, or on the due date. But I just always pay at least minimum of 5 days early. So paying 5 to 10 days early, that's plenty enough time. You have to understand that a lot of these companies are using $30,000 to $50,000 license software like Mass 90, Sage Mass 90 accounting software. So it all integrates with their website, and it does like hourly data pulling from those invoices. And then their accounting system has an uploading time, rather it be monthly or weekly, and it's updating that information. So if you pay it too early, some of those systems can trigger it as like a prepaid order. So it's going to miss even being reported because you're paying it too early. So, because it's being treated as, on their code system, it's treated as like a prepaid order, even though it's not. You just paid it like right when they issued the invoice. So give it time to, be in their system and everything. All right, let's see here. Yeah, we looked this up before, I remember. Let's see here. Gee. Doesn't have your INC in there. It just has the Coral Springs, Florida, right? Or is that even the right one? Yeah. I don't remember what it was before, but showing that let's see here, you have 2 trade lines. And it looks like there was just something was just reported on in March. Horrible. Appreciate that super chat. Thank you so much. Let's see here. I'm trying to catch up here to these chats. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Every little bit helps. I just spent probably like $2,000 on my new microphone. I should have it installed by tomorrow. So it's the Shure MB. I forget the number, but it's a $400 microphone, and then it needs amplifier. So it's like $1,000 just for the mic system. But I wanted to, also have a better camera. So I have a new camera coming in as well, and lighting as well. So just to make everything better for you guys, because I really enjoy doing this teaching. Let's see here. So I appreciate that, Horshable. Here, I may not be saying it right. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but appreciate that. Let's see here. How many trade lines do you need reporting before applying for business auto loans? So, Don, I covered this. I did 2 videos. You can see here I did the Ally one today, and then I did this one here. Talked about Ford Motor Credit, GMC, or GM, Toyota. But your best bet is through Ally. So I'd suggest watching that video. But what you need is, I would say, 5 to 7 with Dun and Bradstreet and Experian. They can be low limit trade lines. It's fine. But you want to at least have like one trade line that is in the 4 digits, preferably $5,000 to $10,000 trade line. You only need one. And that's not very hard to do once you get those gas cards, So once you have like a gas card reporting and, over $1,000, then you have a better chance going into Ally. going into the dealership and getting a no personal guarantee business auto loan, or at least like 24 to 36 months. Ally's the easiest to go through, in my opinion. But yeah, it's Ally won't tell you how much they wouldn't tell me saying like, do you need to be in business minimum of 2 years? No, they wouldn't tell me that, because the lady I spoke to said, we've approved people that have good business credit, but they've only been in business for 5 or 6 months. They just have good business credit. So I do know they pull through Experian Business though. So that's just something to keep in mind. Sewer Plus, how to remove a settled account. Sewer Plus, are you referring to business credit or personal credit? Yeah, I think your chat's messed up or something. You said it 4 times. Yes, I have email. The email is in the ticker box below. You can see it scrolling across, info@vanhornmarketing.com, info@vanhornmarketing.com. No problem, Cheryl's. No problem. Develop hours. I have Sam's Club card. When I apply for the mask, I have a Sam's Club card. When can I apply for the MasterCard, and do I have to pay off the other card first? Denval, do you have the Sam's Club store card, business store card, or personal store card? Let's see here. Consulting Pros. Let me pull this up here. The chat's a little bit delayed, it looks like. Makalei, hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Or I shouldn't assume that you're a man, but appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. It definitely helps support the channel. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Consulting Pros. I'll see. Yeah, I remember we looked this up. I think, didn't we just look this up, Mr. J? I thought we just looked this up. See if anything changed. Henderson, yep. Oh, I don't think you had 8K before. I don't remember, but this name sounds familiar. I thought we might have pulled it before, but it sounds very familiar. But you have 7 trade lines reporting. It's one of the highest ones I've actually seen recently as far as Creditsafe goes, because there's not a lot of people reporting to Creditsafe right now, but you have solid 8K credit limit. 8K credit limit with Creditsafe is like a 20 or 30,000 credit limit with recommended credit limit with Dun and Bradstreet. So if this is yours, you're in a good start. It looks like there was let's see if we get any more payment data. Well, it shows only like one trade line. That's what's weird about this, is it's showing only one trade line, total amount $43. But then it shows 7 trade lines. So I don't know what the deal is. If there was 129 back in June of last year, 39 in January, 43 in February. So it looks like some fell off, but they're still holding on there, it looks like. Let's see your score limit. So yeah, I mean you're pretty solid. It looks like that increase from 52 to 61. Yeah, so it increased from 6,000 to 8,000. All right, so you look good on there. Image printing plus. Be careful with getting those high unnecessary trade lines. If my SSE and AIC commercial printing average mean category deduction is 5,000, and I write off a cat tractor at 15,000, it's IRS red flag. Yes, I mean image printing plus is so correct on that. There's other channels promoting these certain trade lines that are just completely unnecessary. Just unnecessary trade lines that you just not going to use. So something like that, just don't even mess with it. It's not even worth even the headache of even trying to get that credit line. It's going to take you an hour or 30 minutes to fill out the application and deal with it and stuff. And the time and energy you put into that, you could do on other trade lines. So let me show you guys a little. I wanted to make a video about it, but I'll just throw it in here. So you guys can just go to Google, okay? And you can do, so you just do quotations, right? So you do net 30 payment terms and do quotations, all right? And this is to find the trade lines that are not really out there in lists. So, and you can do different type of search terms like net 30 vendor. You can do that, and this is how you can find, see, when you do that, it shows like net 30 payment terms. So this biller Genie makes offering net 30 payment terms, payment windows automatically. So bill books, they offer net 30 payment terms. So there's charge over, they offer net 30 payment terms, or they're talking about it. So what I'm saying is you can find companies that offer payment terms that you're not even aware of. So there's like the strategic CFO. They offer net 30 terms. They give you discount if you pay early. If you just start searching and you spend that time researching like this, you can find ones that, like this one, net payment terms on Fashion Connect Brand Hobby and Crafts LLC. So there's many of them out there, and I'll make a detailed video about that, on how to find them and how to use these exact phrases. But if you start digging into Google, you can find them. There's so many of them out there. You just go through the sites and you can see certain ones. Each page you'll find one or two like that, and you can, put net 30 account. Or net 30 invoice. So you can, I'm not going to go through all this and stuff, but I'll make a video just about this, and I'll give you guys like a list of like 100 vendors. Now, who they report to, some may report, some may not, but you can use services out there to get them to report to. Most of them, will accept reporting if you have like Credit Builder and other products and stuff. So there's ways out there to get a lot more credit than you're really aware of. Like the net 30 vendor list, the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 lists that are out there. That's only like 10% of the actual ones that you can get. Let's see here. Sewer Plus, just shoot me an email. If it's on personal. So I have the other channel, Get Personal Credit, YouTube group I just set up. That's all about personal credit. That I'm putting out personal credit videos on how to fix those. I know pretty much everything about personal credit repair as well. Just shoot me an email. I'll try to help you out. Yvonne Smith. Okay, Yvonne, I'll be emailing you back here soon. Okay. Yeah, so Denval, if you're talking about like if you have the Sam's Club business card but not the MasterCard, so yeah, I would pay that down and then pay that down to under 10% and then go back in the store and apply for the MasterCard. Aaron T. Cameron Sr., how long will it take to build business credit myself? Well, hey, Aaron, thanks for joining us. Don't buy into any of those companies that build credit for you. It's unnecessary. Building business credit, isn't costly. It's not like some of those other companies charging $3,000 or $5,000 or $6,000 to build business credit. It's unnecessary. You can do it yourself. I would say if you have the money to spend, as far as buying the net 30 products from these different trade line companies, you can get pretty decent business credit in 60 to 120 days. You could have a pretty solid business credit profile with all three Dun and Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax credit bureaus, as well as Creditsafe. And that's if you go through all the different vendors, that like the starter vendors and the tier 1 vendors. That'll get you a solid start to be able to get approved for this tier 2, like Lowe's, Home Depot, Best Buy. Tyrone B. Hubson, how well does Creditsafe work? I just signed up for them and dropped $1,200. Please don't tell me you paid them $1,200. Please don't tell me you paid them $1,200. They are not worth paying, that's for sure. As a business to be able to pull unlimited credit reports, I pay $8,000 a year, but I also can pull Equifax with it as well, and I can report a negative payment, for my other business for companies that don't pay me on time. Please explain to me what you just paid $1,200 for, and if it's what I think you paid for, I would get a refund immediately. You guys give me 1 second here. Give me like 30 seconds, little bathroom break. All right. I'll be right back. Okay. Just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Had to use the restroom there. Been drinking so much tea earlier. Let's see here. Yeah, so Tyra, let me know what you paid that $1,200 for. I don't want you to waste money like that. No problem, Mr. J. What trade line vendors report to Creditsafe? So, like the Crown Office Supply, they report to several, but they report to Creditsafe. The Creative CEO, DC, they report to Creditsafe. Creative Analytics, they report to Creditsafe. There's a handful of others out there that report to Creditsafe as well. Hang on. I think Shirtsy reports to Creditsafe. Pretty much all the ones that report to usually Equifax, they report to Creditsafe as well. So I don't want to say like don't worry about a Creditsafe business profile, because Wex Bank is in the, from what I hear from my Wex rep, they're in the process of merging everything over to Creditsafe, meaning that they're going to make decisions based on Creditsafe profiles, you know. So it's like I said, Creditsafe is emerging, you know, pretty fast. You know, 2 years ago, they weren't as much known. Now you're seeing them all over the place when it comes to different net 30 accounts and stuff that you're seeing. You know, the search trends are going up. If you just look at the Google search trends, you can see from 2 years ago to now, it's getting searched a lot more every month. So, you know, that's something you want to stay on top of for sure for business credit, but I still wouldn't put it a priority. I would just put it as like kind of a back burner to stay on top of, but don't put too much time and energy into it. Fabian, hey, happy to have you here again. Thanks to your advice, got approved for the BP MasterCard 4000. Should I wait 30 days to apply for more gas cards or go to the Sam's Club MasterCard? So if you got the BP MasterCard 4000, that's through FleetCor, I would go ahead, and if you don't already have the Wex Black Fleet card, I would go and try to apply and get this card. Why I say get this card? Because it's Wex's universal card. There are other cards like they have so many cards, but it's kind of unnecessary. I don't know why it's not working now. It could be because like we're always on web stream, it tends to have problems. But when you go after, say, like Chevron and a lot of these like 7-Eleven cards, they're all backed by Wex, so the reporting is kind of unnecessary. You only need one FleetCor card, which is BP MasterCard or Fuelman, and then one, you know, through Wex. You can double dip and get like two with, you know, a Fuelman and BP MasterCard and two Wex different cards, but they're still going to report the same. So it's like, just move on to another trade line, you know, in my opinion. So I would say get that Wex card. That's the video I just put out about the business net 30 account that you can book hotels with. You can do that with the Wex Black, the Wex Fleet traditional card. It allows you to book on hotels.com using that Wex card and that 30 payment terms. Mr. J, what companies are pulling Creditsafe? It's hard to tell. I mean, there is companies pulling them, but we don't know who they're actually being pulled. Because you can see right here on Consulting Pro LLC, you can see that that it, you know, there's inquiries. There's 4 inquiries in the last 12 months. Thing of it is you don't know who those four are. Even I have the most expensive back end with Creditsafe. Even if you're with Dun and Bradstreet, as far as Citibank and Equifax or Experian, those lenders can't see who those other companies are that are also pulling the business credit. So there's no way for each other's businesses to see who they are that is actually pulling. They'll only show like if it's a like packaging company, telecommunications company, like that, you know. But I mean, you know, some people are pulling them. I think Wex is starting to pull. Like I said, Wex is starting to pull Creditsafe. I think they do it as like a dual pull with Dun and Bradstreet and Creditsafe. I think if you don't have a strong enough Dun and Bradstreet credit profile, then they check out your Creditsafe. Their system checks Creditsafe, and if there's nothing on there, not strong enough, then that's when it comes back and says that you have to put down a deposit or a personal guarantee. But people are pulling them because, I mean, every business that we pull up here, you can see there's, you know, most of you guys are getting inquiries with Creditsafe. Are there any vendors you don't need tier ones for? I mean, people get hung up on like tier one and tier two, tier three, tier 10, whatever. I mean, it's just what, you know, I guess is the president of what, you know, with business credit, people say, you know, some business credit coaches say there's, you know, 4 tiers. Myself, I only see there's really only 2 tiers because the third tier is directly to the bank financing from like Chase or a credit union. And that's not even a tier account because it's you're at that max. So this, in my opinion, there's just tier 1, tier 2, and then there's like a top level tier 2. Others will disagree, but as far as, I mean, you really need to get I don't want to say like you don't need tier ones, but if you can, it doesn't matter if it's tier 1 or tier 2. If you can get 3 or 4 trade lines reporting on Equifax and Experian, then you can pretty much likely get approved for anything in tier 2, as long as you're not like just opened up your business 30 days ago. It all comes down to the score and your SIC NIACS codes in your business data that's listed with the business credit bureaus. That's the single most important thing, in my opinion. Make sure that's all correct. Make sure they have all the correct filmographic information about your business, because a lot of that is lacking because they're pulling that data from the Secretary of State, and the Secretary of State doesn't have all that filmographic information about your company. So the more that you can provide to the business credit bureaus on that, giving them that information, like the key personnel, the CEO of the company, you providing that information to them, that's going to help thicken your credit profile, and those do allocate certain points in your business credit scores. Let's see here. Aaron T. Cameron Sr. Can you give me your email so you can get a step-by-step guide? I mean, I can guide you on your particular, you know, situation, but I don't really have a guide yet, but I'm working on my website, joshvanhorn.com, and I'm going to be offering like a course for business credit and personal credit, but I don't have that content ready yet. It takes a lot of time to record videos and put all the data points out just like I'm doing here, but I'm breaking it down into like 45 different sections. It'll be like a paid membership for that, but maybe in a couple weeks I'll have that ready. But in the meantime, I don't mind giving free advice out. You guys can shoot me an email, and I'll give you guys customized advice is based on what your goal is and where you're at right now with business credit. And I don't charge for my advice. It's free. Just maybe I won't respond back to you instantly, but give me, 1 day or so, and I usually get a response back to you. Let's see here. You can email me at one of those two emails. Let's see here. Yeah, Tyrone, let me know. Let me see. Interested to see what you said here. You guys, I'm trying to get caught up with the chats here. So many. While we wait, everyone. Hey, everyone. Much success to you. Yep. They said that I didn't have a profile set up in their system, and the salesman. Yeah. When was this? I would try to get a refund, honestly. I would try to cancel. You don't need to pay for that. That's ridiculous. Because, you can pay Crown Office Supply and a couple other vendors, and they're going to, just on the net 30 terms, they're going to generate that profile for you when they report. Sarah Plus, do you have a video on how to remove settled accounts on personal credit? No, not yet. I just started the Get Personal Credit YouTube channel. I literally just started it. I only taught how to move hard inquiries off your personal credit report. I've been busy with keeping up with the Get Business Credit channel, because that's the main channel. But in the coming weeks, I'll have how to remove late payments, settled accounts, charge-offs, bankruptcies, child support, collections, late payments, 30, 60, 90 day late payments. I'll get you guys all that information on the other channel. Image Printing Plus, Synchrony Bank approved me my revolving commercial gas card, but told me it's insufficient Experian credit from trade references for the Amazon Net 55. Do I need more trade lines, higher limits, or both? Image Printing Plus, was this the one that you're talking about on the Phillips 55? Do I remember it correctly? Is that the one that I think you sent me an email about that to check out? Don Gonzalez, can you get customized shirts from Shirtsy? Yeah. Yep. You can get, it's print on demand. So they charge like a $99 net 30 account fee. It's an annual fee, but it's fine. There's bad reviews out them because they got busy because of people like me and other YouTubers promoting them, and they got swamped and they weren't ready for so much business so quick. But I think they're getting the manpower and everything. Just try to be understanding with them. But yeah, you can get customized shirts with them. It just might take a couple weeks for them to get them printed and sent to you. But I ordered some shirts from them and a couple of the other channels about getting business credit, ordered shirts from them and got them. And I wouldn't say they're 100% perfect quality, but they're not bad at all. I would say it's better than like Teespring and shirts like that you get on demand. So we rack up all these bills on accumulated trade lines. Now we have to pay for it all. Any creative ways to start paying for it? Well, Don, that's why I preach too much always about people not going that route. Don't start building business credit and get overloaded with these net 30 accounts if you can't afford it. Having 3 or 4 good solid net 30 accounts is better than having 7 that show that you're paying either on time or 7 days late, versus having 3 that you pay 1 week early. That can hold more weight, especially depending on the ones. But I mean, building business credit definitely takes, dedication, some money, but you have to have a plan as well. I mean, it's just like personal credit. And when you're building up personal credit, it's kind of the same thing. You get a preferred credit card, you use it, you have to pay it back. I mean, it's, I teach ways to do it the smart way, the right way. And I also teach a way you can do it if you have the extra funds, because I know not everybody has, $1,000, $2,000 just sitting around just to throw at building business credit in, 1 or 2 months. But some people do. So that's why I've made videos about, if you're in a rush and you want to do it very quick. But just think of it, building business credit, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. But there is ways to, like I said, if you want to be a sprinter, you have to pay for that, and that just means get all these net 30 accounts as fast as you can. And I don't say all these, I'm just saying like particular ones, 10 to 15 of these that you can get easily approved. Each one's going to cost you anywhere from $50 to $150 each, but you get those built up right away quickly, and then in 2 to 4 months from now, your business credit profile should all those should be reporting, and all across all the bureaus you should be looking pretty good. Sorry if you guys can hear that dog outside is barking. But yeah, just don't get, I would say, drowning in business credit. Don't take on, too much, because it's hard to get the, negative information removed from business credit reports than it is the personal side. The personal side, you can actually challenge it easier than you can on the business side. So only, take on what you can actually comfortably afford. Yeah, so like Image Printing Plus says, yes, baby, I got proof of the BP MasterCard 4000, Fleet Core, and Shell Fleet Plus 32X at the same time. Image Printing Plus, I think you could probably do a product change. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. I would call your rep up at WEX and ask them to do a product change. It's not really called the black card. I just called it that because that's the only black card they have. It's just the WEX standard fleet card. And they label it as the universal in their description. But, I just found that information out like 2 months ago about how you can use it for hotels and buying tires at Firestone and different companies. You can buy tires with it, and mechanic stuff, stuff like that. Let's see here. Raw TF Meat. I have a new business and can't get any startup funding. What do I do? Raw TF Meat, thanks for joining us. I mean, I think you're probably in the same shoes as a lot of people when you first start out. It doesn't come easy, that's for sure. You have to start working on the basic trade lines, so I would advise not even to try to get, for one, if you already have your new business, do you already have your LLC filed with your Secretary of State, and you have your EIN number that you got from the IRS? If so, if you answered yes to that, do you have $200 to $400 to put into opening up a business bank account for your opening deposit? If so, then you can start building business credit utilizing that couple $100. You can get a couple trade lines with that just to get started. The cheapest one will be like the NAV Business Boost. And then after that one starts, then you can go after like Quill, Uline. Excuse me, my voice is going. Sure, see a few others. And, it doesn't happen overnight, that's for sure, But I'm here to help you guys for sure in every situation. I mean, I can't help somebody out if they have zero money to get one trade line, but I can kind of coach you, mentor you, even if you only have $100 or $200 a month, how you can best, spend that money to get the most bang for your buck to, utilize trade lines. So you guys just shoot me an email. Here's my email. I'm, here to help out. I'm here to give back, I've been, I don't want to say blessed, but I've had, a tough life myself, and I've been homeless even, 20 years ago. I was homeless for, a couple years, and you kind of went through hell and back, over the years, had a couple strokes, so I've seen it and been, rock bottom. I've been blessed the last couple years, and my businesses have been very successful. That's what allows me to start doing this YouTube channel back in December, because I've kind of, I don't want to say retired, but had other people take over my businesses, so I don't have to focus on them and do something I enjoy, because I really enjoy doing this. It makes me happy helping other people. Hey, Mr. J, thank you so much for that super chat. I really appreciate that donation. And you guys, just so you guys know, like these super chats that, some of you guys are given, I've been talking about it for, I think since the middle of January, that I'm going to be giving away small business grant, $3,000 out of my, I don't want to say my own pocket, but it's from Van Horn Marketing, which is my company. And then we have a few sponsors. I can't list the sponsors, but some of the companies that I promote about business vendor credit, some of those companies are actually donating as well. So you guys stay tuned. I just, by law, can't release all the information about it yet, because for giving away free money basically to new business owners, there's terms and conditions, and I'm waiting for the attorney to get those terms and conditions so then I can make them public, the rules and everything for the grant. But my goal is to be giving away $5,000 to 3 business owners. So it'd be like 3,000, 1,000, or 1,500 and 500 that I'll give away to new business owners. So if you're an existing business owner that was been in business for a couple of years, you wouldn't qualify, because I'm trying to help out those that are just starting a new business or just started in the last year their business. But stay tuned. Sometime by the end of the month, I will release more details of video about that, and the website URL that will show all the information about how to apply for the business grant that I'm sponsoring, and some of these other companies are sponsoring with me. We definitely want to help. And then maybe whoever gets those grants with us, you use that to, fund your business credit or whatever you can do to, use that money to build you expand your business or buy inventory or whatever that may be. But Mr. J, thank you so much. Tyrone B. Hobson, I just did that last Friday and talked with the account manager to set it up, but it didn't happen. I have around 6 vendors and 3 field cards pull Wells Fargo secured business credit card. Plus a Wells card. Okay. All right, Tyrone. If they already charged your credit card, I would honestly, however you paid, I would get that back, cancel the account, because if it was 200, I could say, okay, well, that's fine. But 1,200, no way. That's just ridiculous. You could use that on so many different more trade lines. It's unnecessary. Let's see here. Yeah, Tyrone, just get that money back. They should give it back to you. If you already paid, they should still give it back to you. It hasn't been over 30 days. But get that back. Just say that you misunderstood what the 1,200 was for. You just tell them, or something like, you thought that's for all Dun and Bradstreet, Experian, and everything. They're used to people getting confused anyways. Just get that money back if you already paid it. Cancel the order. I can check. Let me see your sewers. Sewers Plus, plumber or something. The other with Creditsafe with you. Unless you got it maybe all together as one word. Yeah, there is none. Nothing for you, Sewers Plus, on here. Schutze told me they report to several bureaus. Can you confirm this? So Schutze, I know for a fact, does report to Creditsafe. I know that for a fact. They report to Equifax. I know that for a fact. They did say before they reported to Dun and Bradstreet, there was something on my business credit report when I ordered back in December, and it popped in on my Dun and Bradstreet in early January. I can't confirm 100% sure if that was them that actually reported, because it's like the same amount that I've ordered from others and business credit reporting agencies. They tend to round off like $100. It won't usually be the exact change dollar amount. If it's like the invoice is 119, some of the credit bureaus will just round it to 120 for what the information you can see. But I'm pretty sure they're reporting to Experian still, and definitely Equifax and Creditsafe. Dun and Bradstreet, I'm not sure. They might have got pulled from Dun and Bradstreet because recently people are saying they're not seeing them being reported on their Dun and Bradstreet. But then again, it just could take a little while. They could just be backed up. But I just wouldn't hold your breath about the Dun and Bradstreet. I know the first video I put out, I stated they'd report to Dun and Bradstreet because that's what they told me, and I ordered from them. But I cannot 100% confirm that right now. I can say they report to Equifax and Creditsafe, and 99% sure they're reporting to Experian. Don Gonzalez, any trade company you recommend for marketing products not overpriced that report to more than one bureau? When you say marketing products, what do you mean by that? Do you mean online marketing or like physical products like pens and pencils and hats and shirts, or what? Let me know. Life with Mark P. How NAV works. So NAV reports to, well, NAV is free. If you just want to make an account up, it's free. And it will show you your business credit scores for free, if there is any, with Dun and Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. And it also shows you your Vantage 3.0 score with your personal credit for Experian and TransUnion. If you want to get the NAV Business Boost, shoot me an email. I can send you my link if you want to help support the channel. But if you go through, sorry, there's a noisy dog outside just barking at cats. But so NAV Business Boost, it's like $39.99 a month, and it reports every month that payment to Dun and Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax business credit profiles. So it's a solid trade line that gets reported every month, and it's only $39.99, and it reports as like a utility payment. So it helps build your business credit up for sure. That's the number one I recommend when you first start off building business credit. It's the easiest and cheapest and most solid, reliable one out there. You know, get the most bang for your buck. Mr. J, who does Divvy report to? So Divvy doesn't report to the business credit bureaus. They report to the Small Business Financial Exchange. And then the Small Business Financial Exchange has that data for Dun and Bradstreet, Experian, Equifax, and Creditsafe to pull, should they choose to pull. They're supposed to be pulling it because it's like if you become a member of Small Business Financial Exchange, there's no like picking and choosing what you want to take. Like, I'm going to share this information, but I'm not going to take your information. That's why it's called exchange. So if you're part of the Small Business Financial Exchange, you're supposed to be collecting that data and putting it into your system. So Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax should be doing that. I don't know if Dun & Bradstreet is doing it or not, you know, but Equifax is and Experian is. I just know that Small Business Financial Exchange and Experian, it seems like they're like 90 days late, or they only pull Small Business Financial Exchange every 90 to 120 days. Is when they update that, when Experian updates it, based on my experience. Dun and Bradstreet, it's, I don't know, it's a hit or miss, but Equifax, it's pretty solid as far as Equifax needs the data, so they're adding the data. Life with Mark P. Quill don't report no more, right? No, they actually just started reporting on Monday again. This past Monday, they just started reporting again. They stopped reporting due to COVID, and there was late payments, and UPS and FedEx was delivering 30 counts, you know, later than their, you know, 3-day shipping, and it created complaints. They didn't want to hurt business profiles by reporting late payments, so they just decided to do a halt on business credit reporting, you know, for a short time, and that was only like 90 days that they stopped. But I can confirm, I personally talked to the credit department, and the lady's name was Sandra, so you guys feel free to call, but she's one of the ones that is the head of the credit department. She told me, this was over a week ago, that she told me that Quill's restarting reporting on Monday, and that would be this last Monday. So 2 days ago is when they start reporting, you know, again. And I would say just give them if you're a Quill customer already and you have, you know, you ordered a month or two ago, give them, you know, a month to see if it's updating, and we'll see and go from there. But Quill has great prices. So, and Quill is also a great trade reference. So when you get into the higher tier 2s, you're going to have to put some trade references down, you know, on these applications, especially for the funding. So they're usually going to ask for like 3 to 5 trade references. Quill can be a good trade reference. It's a solid, well-known name, you know, and you know, it's not always about, you know, trade line reporting, but I can confirm, for what I was told, Quill is reporting again. So But like everybody kind of knows me. I order coffee like 2 times a week. The K cups from Quell, they're the cheapest. Nobody is cheaper than them. Not Walmart, not Amazon. Quell's the cheapest. 24 K cups for $10, name brand. Can't really beat that. I drink a lot of coffee too. Don Gonzalez, I'm so glad to be the recipient of what makes you happy. 100% you happy, we happy. Yeah, I just enjoy it. I was just so burnt out for like 12 years, running an internet marketing agency for drug rehabs and e-commerce and law firm attorneys, and just got sick of dealing with angry old attorneys that just don't understand how the internet works and how search results work and stuff. So I'd much rather be doing this. I actually enjoy it. It's not something I dread. I used to enjoy doing internet marketing, but yeah, the last couple of years I do not like it. I dread it. This is something I look forward to. And all you guys should make sure whatever you're doing for your business, building this business credit, make sure the business that you're doing isn't just something you're doing just to get money. Make sure it's something that you actually enjoy doing, because you won't succeed if it's not something you actually enjoy doing and stuff. Your chances are much higher for success if it's something you enjoy doing. Image Printing Plus, building proper business credit is a marathon, not a sprint. Patience will get you there. Absolutely. Great advice, Image Printing Plus. That's so true. Michael A. Can you have multiple business checking accounts for one business? Can you open 2 separate bank accounts with different banks for the same business? Yeah, so my main business, Van Horn Marketing, I have Navy Federal Credit Union business account. I have a Radius. It's now Lending Point business account with them. And then Alliant Credit Union. And then one of my other businesses, I have Navy Federal Credit Union and First Tech. So yeah, there's no problem with that. That's how I kind of space out the money as well. I use like Radius account to pay my, divvy invoices for the ACH's draws. But then I have one like Navy Federal, and that's where I keep the majority of my income that comes in through, clients, And then I use another business bank account to, for emergencies or business savings. But I try to keep it spread out so it's not just all in one bank. Even though it's federally insured, it's still better not to take chances. Have a couple different relationship banks. Because even if you don't have perfect personal credit, it's still good to have that business relationship built up with more than one bank. You have multiple banks, you're gonna, if you work on your business and personal credit at the same time, you're gonna have higher chances to get funding on the personal and business side if you build up this business relationships. So I would say that's the main reason why I do it myself. All my companies bank with more than one banking institution. Don Gonzalez, physical products like custom poly mailers. I would say, I believe it's the creative CEO. The CEO Creative, I believe it is. Yeah, the CEOcreative.com. I believe they have the products like you're talking about, like mailers and flyers, stuff like that. And there was one other company that does that too. I'm not sure if they're still in business, but they did have a Net30 account I used back in like 2019, and I think it was called Acid Flyers, I believe. And then they changed their name, I think, to Impress, IMPRESS, print.com, I believe. And they're out of like, I think, Coral Springs, Florida. But they did offer net 30 terms and good pricing. But shoot me an email and I'll do a little research and try to find you a couple companies to go through, because you don't want to waste money on companies that aren't going to help your business grow. So if you're building business credit, at least try to find ones that, especially if you're on a budget, find ones that are going to help your business grow on, say, building business, getting more business clients or whatever. Good deal. I use my Divvy card. Much appreciated. Yeah, Divvy is that's what I use on pretty much 90% of everything. I just got that Clear card, you guys, and I just started using that. I've only used a couple $100 on it, but I'm starting to get used to it. It's same as Divvy, but just a little bit different interface and stuff. So starting to get used to that. Birdscaping Industries. What's up, Professor J? Yeah, this is, I think, the guy that named me Professor J. Hey, what's up? You missed out last few chats here, but long time subscriber. What's going on? Good evening. Fabian, so let's say I get approved for the Wax Black Universal card. Should I skip store cards backed by big banks or go straight to business credit cards backed by big banks? No, I mean, it's a process, because when you're talking about like business credit cards revolving, there really is no PG. The only one there is the Sam's Club Synchrony MasterCard Sam's Club. So what I would advise, so you already got the BP one. So if you get that WEX, if you're approved for that, then just go get a Sam's Club membership and business membership, and then print off or fill out the application there in the store. I advise doing it at home, so you can make sure it's all put in clear PDF format, so it's typed, everything's no mistakes and everything is matching exactly what the Secretary of State and exactly what Experian credit report on your business credit report shows, because that's what's going to be cross-referenced when the store clerk at the customer service desk, that's what she's going to be either inputting or calling in for your approval with Synchrony Bank. But I would go after that one. Why it's still available. It seems like they're giving out 4,000 to 8,000 to pretty much everybody that, has a little bit of business credit build up, and you only need like a couple trade lines reporting on Experian. There's another guy who does a channel. He just got approved for like 8,000 and he didn't have all those net 30 accounts. So it's just, they pull through Experian though, for sure. So that's what I would say is go through that. And then after that, you can go through like the fintech companies, say like Divvy. But once you get into like that, you need to have a strategic plan. So I would advise you to email me. I can help you get approved, because I'm like their number one strategic partner. So I send more approvals through Divvy than probably anybody else out there. I mean, right now I'm averaging over 100 a week. So we know what data points and where your credit needs to stand on the personal and business side to trigger auto approvals. So, and then there's other companies out there too, but no, I mean, you can still get your Home Depots, your Lowe's, You can still build those relationships, Staples, Office Max. It's just don't go crazy with them, because sometimes you're doing too many of them at one time. It can get you denied as well. That's why I advise. There's other one out there on YouTube saying he applies like 3 to 5 a day. That's nuts. I mean, if you're applying for business credit 3 to 5 times a day, and you're doing that every single day, that's going to catch up with you, and it's going to bring a red flag as well. It's not going to help you in the long term. That's for sure. Birdscaping. A lot of people invest in the stock market. Why not take those funds and invest it in yourself? Yeah, I mean, exactly. There's so many things you can do. It just depending on what you're doing with your business and what your goals are. Not everybody's trying to do the same exact thing as far as business credit, and have the same exact goals. Some people just need funding, a little bit of expand their operations, or funding to help buy some equipment or inventory, and others just trying to build up their business credit for their existing business to fund another business that they want to get into or something. Nicholas Johnson, if I have 3 different businesses, can I use the same virtual address on all 3 businesses? I would advise against that. 2 may be okay, because I've done it with my businesses and I've only came into some issues with a couple lenders. If Citibank, say, approves you for like a store card, and for, say, like Home Depot, and then the other business, you try to do the same thing, say, it's going to bring a red flag. So it's better just to focus on one rather than 3, or get 3 separate businesses, or go after 3 different trade lines. Don't go after the same ones. And understand, like Home Depot's, Lowe's, Staples, Office Max, those are all underwritten by Citibank. You can tell by the applications, and you can see the whole application style, just like Fleet Core. You can see all theirs, and Wax branded cards. You can see like 7-Eleven, Chevron. You can see the application format is all the same. So you'll be able to tell which ones are which. So if you can organize it, you may be able to get away with it, but it's not advisable. But it's possible. I've done that in the past. Yeah, let me check you again here. Birdscaping. Still nothing, birdscaping. See if anything comes up without the INC. Nope, still nothing. Let me try your other one. Yeah, nothing's coming up. Is that it? Are you in New York? Are you in New York? $66. I think that's probably is you. Okay. Yeah, so that's showing. Yeah, that's all it's showing right now. It's just like you had one trade line, total balance 43, last updated July 1st, 2020. Yeah, that's all it's showing. But nothing for your birdscaping. Let me just see if anything else is coming up. Yeah, anything with anything birdscaping. The only thing that comes up is Tim's birdscaping and tropic bird soaring and bluebird scrapping. So that's all. My business merchant processors are Clover, Wells Fargo, and Square, but I'm interested in Divvy. Well, Divvy, Image Printing Plus, Divvy is not a merchant processor at all Divvy is basically like a same as like American Express credit card. It's a corporate card. You have to pay back the credit line every month, and it comes with expense management platform. So you can issue virtual cards to your employees or do a budget save for your Google AdSense or your Google Ads or your hosting. Issue employee cards, set budgets. So then you just have one bill that they ACH either weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly out of your business checking account for that set amount. So you basically pay all your bills using the Divvy account. And Divvy will actually pay your invoices. If you owe people invoices as well, they'll send them, ACH. So you just pay Divvy, like I pay them once a month, so other people have their setup, say, weekly or bi-weekly, but they don't process credit cards at all. They're not a merchant company. But if you're interested in the Divvy, definitely go through me when you decide you want to sign up with them, because I can tell you what you need before you even apply. Let's see, but as far as having several different fintech accounts, I mean, fintech is a very widely used term. It's becoming widely used. But as far as like true fintech, like I would say business factoring, income factoring, but it's not always income factoring, because my $150,000 Divvy credit line wasn't factoring in. Like I was making $150,000 a month. I only had like 7 or 9,000 in the account at the time of approval. There's other factors as well. The business was only 3 or 4 months old as well. So they do soft pulls on your Experian credit report as well. It's just a soft pull, but it's no personal guarantee. So there's several factors combined that gives you the credit limit. But a lot of it comes down to your Dun and Bradstreet. They do look at your Dun and Bradstreet. Divvy does. Did you say no-go on UPS store address? Yes, Facebook user, definitely a no-go. I posted in the group, but I think you need to go to YouTube. Since you're on Facebook, go to YouTube and type in Get Business Credit. Virtual address, look for my picture and find this. Where is it at here? Find this one. I'll put the link here just in case, but book user, I don't know who you are, but because I can't see your name, but Wadio, virtual business address for small business owners, how to pick the right one. So if you have to get a virtual address, this video shows you how to pick one and not one of those stores that are going to be like Pack Mail, Postnet, UPS store, mailbox, etc. The video I actually show you how to pre-screen the addresses before you have to pay for them to find one that's in the office building that's more reliable. And you can get them for anywhere from like I said, $10 to $30. You just have to be patient and search through the list. Nicholas Johnson, can I use my Google Voice number to get listed in the 401 directory? I know a lot of people aren't successful. I can't give you advice on that. I've had a Google Voice number in the past, but I've never tried it with business credit. I've had a few people tell me they were unsuccessful. Only thing I can say is I made a video about voice over IP phone numbers, such as ones with like Mighty Call and Nextevia. Those you can get listed in the 401 directory. But you're more than welcome to try. You can go to the. I made a video about it. It's where's it at? I made a video the other day about that one. Business credit, how to get the 401 directory listing. So there's a couple websites you can go through in that video and try to get listed. You can try, but there's no guarantees on that. Birdscaping, let's see here. Can you talk a little bit about how these companies qualify for credit reporting? I remember hearing that they need like 200,000 customers. What do you mean, birdscaping? Oh, you mean how many? You mean like if you're a company and you want to be able to pull credit and report people's credit, like net 30 accounts? So if that's what you're talking about, so with Experian, you need to have 300 customers to get in the Experian. It doesn't cost anything to be a data furnisher. It doesn't cost anything to be able to report to Experian. Say you're a business owner and you're offering net 30 terms. It doesn't cost anything to be able to report to Experian. But what does cost is you have to use one of their softwares. It's not their software, but they give you a list of like 12 different softwares that their system integrates with. And all those softwares are not cheap. One of them off the top of my head, I used to do tech support for the company back like at my call center in the Philippines. And because I own a call center in the Philippines, and we did tech support for it's a company called Sage, and they have like Mass 60, Mass 90. It's the biggest accounting software out there. It costs anywhere from $30,000 up to $250,000 just for this license for the company to be able to use that software. It's just basically like a robust Quicken, QuickBooks, but it's for businesses, and then that integrates with the business credit reporting agencies. So with Creditsafe, there's no requirement to be able to become a data furnisher as far as how many you need, how many clients you have to have. Equifax, you have to get accepted into it, and I believe they're up there around 300 to 500. Dun and Bradstreet is different though. Dun and Bradstreet, you have to belong to this membership service that they have, which is through like a third party company that's also ran by Dun and Bradstreet, but it's like a charter program that you like join with a group, and it's still going to cost you, like, to be able to report to Dun and Bradstreet is like $3,000 to $5,000 just to get set up, and that's not even a guarantee, because even after you get set up, they're going to be vetting you so much, and they may not approve you. It's like you have to buy into that membership through that charter, and then you still may not get accepted into it. Trust me, I was already looking at that a long time ago, being able to report my customers with Dun and Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. But it's just not feasible unless you have manpower. You really need to have like 2 or 3 employees working full time and have decent clientele. But it's not easy though. I mean, you need that software to even be able to report. So yeah. If you pick one of those addresses from your recommended site, no, if you select the space that has actual offices, you can't use the office for hourly rate if you purchased a Regis. So there's a yes and no to that. So like the Anytime Mailbox, that's just like a website provider for ABC co-working space to be able to earn money for their to help cover their costs, their overhead for the co-working space. So once you find out what company it is, like it could be like mine in New York City, it's VC Venture co-working space. So you can go right on their website. Yeah, you start Anytime Mailbox for your virtual address, but you can also contact them directly later after you have your virtual address and say, hey, I have a virtual address with Anytime Mailbox with you guys. Can I set up something on a monthly basis or whatever? They have walk-ins. A lot of them have that service where you can do like you buy credits where it's like an hour or whatever, not through Anytime Mailbox, but through that virtual office. That takes some digging, but yeah, you can. My office in New York City, that right on Broadway, that's what they offer, and I got them through Anytime Mailbox. But I can contact the company directly. Hey, say I want to have a meeting or something, rent out the office space or something for a day or a conference room. Yeah, you can. So that won't be a problem. You just have to look and find out which ones, though. You cross-reference what business that is that's on the Anytime Mailbox that's offering the virtual address. You cross-reference it, and then you can look up who that company is, and you can see what they offer directly. Yep. You just have to be creative, think outside the box, and do your own research for sure. Image Printing Plus. No, I'm sorry, I can't do that. That would be I don't want to say that would be illegal, but that doing stuff like that's what gets certain companies in trouble. That's why some of these companies are like getting like Summa Office Supplies. Before they were able to report to a lot of the bureaus like Dun and Bradstreet, and then they got pulled, and Dun and Bradstreet pulled their file and don't allow it and block all their reporting as well, because it's like when you pay for reporting, with the exception of like NAB does with the utility payment, that's okay. But when you're doing pay for reporting, the business kind of gets blocked, and my business could get blocked as well. The only way I can report to Creditsafe is if you're actually, I give you credit terms for press releases, national press releases, press release distribution. So, and I mainly offer that to attorneys, but I offer to, Shopify web customers and any online business or offline business, anything that you want to put out there and stuff. But, the press releases aren't cheap. But they go out to like Fox News, ABC, NBC. They go out to all those websites. and you'll be listed on all those. But that's the only way I can report anything is going through the actual legitimate way. Is getting Net 30 account terms set up with my other company, which is Press Web Media Business Release Wire. Anyways, you guys, there's so many of you guys still here right now, but not many chat questions coming in. Let me see if it's if there's any more coming in here on. Yeah, I mean, I don't know any that only report once a year, but it's becoming more and more. A lot of them that are going to be reporting like every 90 days, and that seems like the norm with some of these companies. But the big companies, they tend to report every month or every 6 weeks or so. But unfortunately, some of these companies out there, and I don't want to mention names, but you guys, they tend to don't tell you who they actually report to. They just say business bureaus. So that's why you need to get on the phone and talk to somebody and make sure, hey, who exactly you are reporting to and when are you reporting to? Do your own research, but any of the ones that I've ever listed, do report. They just maybe have changed on who they report to now, but I would delete any videos that I put up in the past if any of the companies I knew 100% did not report anymore to anybody. It's just notable mentions and stuff, but the majority of them still report fine. It's just they're delayed reporting. Well, I think there's big changes about to happen with Dun and Bradstreet and Experian come July. I think there's going to be a need for, if you don't build up the business credit now, I think there's going to be big changes, like when it comes to utilizing. I don't want to say maybe. I think it'll start to roll out by say July, August, but I think by 2022, I think business credit is going to be different. It's already starting to be that way, where the business credit bureaus are starting to drop trade lines like off your credit report if they're more than 6 months old, more than 12 months old. Those are starting to drop off. So I think that's going to, progress that way. I'm not saying this not to discourage you guys from not getting these trade lines built up. If anything, you should get moving with it right now to get your foot in the door with companies like Divvy and ClearCard and, if you want to get a business auto loan or whatever, WEX, get your foot in the door now with these top tier companies while you still can, because I think it's going to be a lot harder. I don't want to say fool the system, but be able to game the system, because you can always manipulate personal or business credit if you have the money to do it. You can manipulate it to a certain degree. And I think everything's getting harder to be able to do that on the business and personal side, because more and more companies are starting to use like the Plaid platform, and they're able to analyze that data easier. So I think that's where it's going. Do I know that for certain 100%? No, but I think that's where it's I think that's where it's heading. It is like a science. I mean, it's ever changing. That's why other I'm not going to mention names, but competitors or whatever you want to call them, other YouTube channels that are just money hungry and just trying to get money from their viewers and charging for advice and putting out unnecessary trade line information about these big trade lines, they got approved for and stuff. I mean, it's all unnecessary, and it's not all about getting all those unnecessary trade lines. It's about mastering what your goals are for your individual business, understanding it as well. I mean, it's not just about getting all these business credit lines for what? What are you going to do with all these different business credit lines if they can only be used for certain places? How is that going to help you build, your business? Because let's face it, building business credit isn't just so you can just have business credit. It's not what the goal is. The goal is to get business credit, so then if you need to, you can fund and get business loans, expand your operations, turn your $50,000 business into a $500,000 business. And you could do that, say, if you had $100,000, business loan, But problem is, a lot of people aren't able to do that. So that's why you have to start off building your business credit. But I don't think it's going to be a make or break game changer if you have a Caterpillar $20,000 credit line. I mean, or $15,000 Floor and Decor credit line. I mean, it's just, unnecessary. Jeff Montgomery. Hey, Jeff, 2-year-old LLC, business checking account only. Can I apply for a gas card? My LLC is fully established. I mean, you could. If what I would recommend you doing is you could try through WEX. You go to wexinc.com, select the Black Fleet Universal Card. You could try. I've seen people with, established LLCs, but no trade lines get approved for fleet cards just because they're already established as far as age goes, and they're active with the Secretary of State. So that holds some weight. If you'll get approved, I don't know, but it won't hurt, and it doesn't affect your personal credit. So you could try. Mason Rogers, welcome. How difficult would it get to be approved for, say, that's 1 million secured loan? I don't know really what you mean when you say secured loan, because if it's a secured loan, that means you're backing it personally. Maybe you mean like a collateral loan, a $1 million collateral loan, or guarantee loan. But I mean, if you're talking like $1 million for, it's still going to have to be personal guaranteed no matter what. And your business is going to have to either have real estate. It's going to have to be secured by that. But I would say if you have, if you're trying to get $1 million, say, loan, as long as you have, say, 70% of that in assets that the business can take, then you can probably get approved for that. And business credit really doesn't matter at that point. It matters to, say, a certain degree, but if you have assets based that are worth, say, $600,000-$700,000, then banks will probably, as long as you're turning those assets over to them or letting them put a lien on those assets, then you'll probably be able to get $1 million secured loan like that. I can't tell you if it's reporting to the other bureaus, but I can show you Creditsafe, Knack, LLC. Hang on, Mason. I'll get back to you in a minute. Well, it looks like there's like several Knick-Knack LLC, couple of them here. New Jersey, Chatsworth, California, Spartanburg, South Carolina. I don't know which one you are, so let me know. Jeff. Yeah, I mean, if you see, it's not hard to get like funding if you have, like, say, business banking data to show that you have constant revenue coming in, your business is successful. If you have that, invoicing, factoring, or you have assets that you're not a liability, then you could probably get that. And your best bet is actually to go through a credit union, a local credit union too. Build that relationship up. I wouldn't go to Chase or Bank of America. I would go to a local credit union because they're willing to kind of be, the branch manager is going to be the one basically making the decision, going to be looking at what you want as far as your plans, your loan, what you're going to do with the, funds and stuff. So you're going to have a much better banking relationship and probably a better rate and better chance overall with, say, a credit union. That's my advice for sure. Don Gonzalez, can age be used in lieu of reporting trade line, but don't have trade lines reporting yet? Yeah, Don. So like I said earlier, I've had this happen to me even before with that business release wire company. I started that back in 2017, and in 2019 I got one gas card through Wax, got approved. I think it was $1,200 approval. I never built one trade line up on that business, but I have 4 active businesses. But yeah, age can get some approvals, but I won't say that's the case for. I would say age helps if you're starting to build business credit a year after you form the LLC. That definitely helps because you really want to get to that 2-year mark. Because then if you're already at 2 years old business and you already have, like, say, 5 to 8 trade lines reporting on Dun and Bradstreet and Experian and Equifax, then you can pretty much go to whatever you want at that point. It's pretty easy to get approved as long as you have all your ducks in order at that point. I got the XO Pilot Flying J card from Eurofield card. Videos. Yeah, pretty much everybody gets a proof of that because they give you such short terms and stuff. And you asked me too fast. Get back to me on that because I don't want to tell you that. I've only used it once or twice, so you have to use it before it's going to even report. And I want to say it's already reported to Equifax. I'm 90% sure on that, but don't mark my word. I'll jot down about checking into that because, like I said, I have 4 different business profiles, LLC, 3 LLCs, and 1 INC, and I've built business credit up with all 4 of them, and 2 of them I've kind of used as fairly in the last, say, recent 6 to 12 months, kind of being guinea pig on seeing what I could get approved for, being a brand new company, LLC under 1 year old. Because it wouldn't be fair for me to apply for business credit for my company that started in 2009, because it's already has a lot of age and credit build up on it. So it's not fair for me to experiment with an aged one like that. So that's why I started with the ones that I started in last year, in April and June of last year. But I'll get back to you on that. Don Gonzalez, does your business have to have assets, or does your personal credit? No, it doesn't. I mean, it's that you need to have assets if you're going after asking for $1 million, of course. I mean, even if you're asking for $100,000, you're going to have some assets if you're just asking for the cash, in hand, basically, in your bank account. But you can get business no PG lines of credit out there for, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 and stuff, and it's not asset based. It's more bank based on how your banking activity is with your business bank account. That's a whole nother level, Don. I mean, he's talking about, if you have a lot of assets, say real estate or cars or, inventory, like, high level of inventory or assets, then you can basically, do a basic loan against that collateral. And, even if they don't put a lien against it, if you default, they can come and, basically get a judgment and take over the company, just like in bankruptcy. Okay, Spartanburg. All right, let's see here. Risk score 60. Recommended credit limit 1.5 thousand, so 1,500. So shows your established date was 12/19/2016. So you got age there. One trade line last updated 3/3 of 2021. Average credit line 100. So yeah, that's about it. It's pretty empty. So it's an aged business, but you need to, if they show it, if they're showing, like, say, Creditsafe is showing this score for you, I'd be curious to see if you have, Dun and Bradstreet or Experian. If so, you should be able to get approved for some fuel cards. Mason Rogers, so if I have 100% in assets, I should be good. The assets would be liquid cash mostly. So I'd put a lien on it and still use the liquid cash I already have to invest. Or would they hold it? See, now you're getting into like invoicing, factoring. How is your personal credit? I'm not saying this because of you have to personal guarantee it. I'm saying that because some of these companies, and if you're talking like that, there's these fintech companies that you could utilize as long as you can flip that money on whatever the assets are. Like if you're just using the money just to buy inventory to flip quickly, there's options out there for you to do, and it doesn't cost anything at all. They don't charge any fees either. Navy Federal, I mean, they're great for everything other than what you're talking about. That's not, I would need to know a little bit more information about what your goal is or whatever. I would advise like getting into this dicey subject like that, shoot me an email. It's in the ticker box below, scrolling through. info@vanhornmarketing.com or support@joshvanhorn.com. Shoot me an email and let me know exactly what your goal is and what you're trying to do. And I can point you in the right direction on, what your best chances are to go through. What your fundability point is. Yeah, so I saw that there's 2 locations there. That's why it was showing Jeff both locations. That might cause a conflict too. Depending on how, it's the same thing basically. That could cause a conflict on how you have it registered, because it's like you have a registration in California, but if you're having mail in Spartanburg, South Carolina, do you have registration as a foreign LLC registered with the Secretary of State of South Carolina? If not, you need to get compliant, because you need to be registered with both California as your domestic, if that's where you formed it out of, and then the other state where you received the mail, you need to form the foreign. It's called a foreign LLC filing, because it's out of the state is where it's formed. And a year from now is when I'm actually starting the business. But for now, I'm establishing it, building credit, and just laying out the liquid cash pure investment. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, it's better to get moving on it now, because you'll have more options even to invest with, pretty much other people's money. OPM, you'll have better chances to, be able to invest with other people's money, other companies' money. If you build up the business credit now, start it steady and build it up. And then, you should be golden, 6 months to a year from now. Hang on, I gotta find so many chats here. It'll be a video game development company. Yeah, so it's something like that. You be able to, you might even be able to get if you can show a proof of concept or a strategy, then you maybe will want to get some venture capital or some seed rounds. There are several options out there for that, even for people that don't know anything about it. There's companies out there that will help you get everything together to get your vision out there, and get backers. If that's one option that you have, is to get backers to basically believe in what your video game development company is going to do. If they see that, they see the vision, that the same vision you see, that it's going to be profitable, they're going to want to get a piece of the pie. So you could, basically sell 20% of the company through VC rounds or seed capital. Don Gonzalez, have 2 homes with mortgages. Are those assets? Not really. They're not really assets, because they have mortgages on them, so you don't own them outright. If you have them mainly paid off, then you could take a home equity loan against them. But I wouldn't advise doing that for business credit. I mean, it's your home, so I wouldn't put my home on the line for any of my businesses, really. It's not that I'm not, invested in my businesses. I am, but some things are just better to be left alone. Michael, does Navy Federal Business Credit Card report to the business credit, or is it personal? So no, it doesn't report. It doesn't report personal unless you default. But it doesn't report as well to the business bureaus. So it's one of those cards, kind of like Capital One cards. They don't report. They don't report on the personal or business side. But Navy Federal, it gives you an option though to have a very good credit line. They're very generous with their business credit cards, even their personal credit cards. Very generous credit limits. Yep, Jerry Smith, it's a marathon, that's for sure. Birdscaping industry. You are really dedicated to this craft. Sitting there answering questions about business credit and your experience can't be easy. No, it's easy to me because it comes natural, because I've dealt with so much of you guys. You guys have no idea. I own over 100 different websites, and have so many, I don't want to say so many clients, because I'm kind of dialing down the clients on my marketing company, because it's not something I enjoy. But I'll show you guys a website here. So this is, I don't know if it's up right now because we do updates and stuff, but this is one of the web companies that I run. That's what of the credit card approvals, business credit approval, addiction centers, directory addiction, media network. So, we have information about, addiction and treatment options and mental health, videos, support groups, and then, say you're in Florida, you're looking for drug rehab, or you have somebody that you want to get a family member in drug rehab, so you can see these different rehabs that we have listed. So we have over 8,000 rehabs listed on our directory, and a lot of information about them. So this is like one of the companies that I run, just so you guys know. But no, what I was saying is I've been through personal credit. I owned a personal credit repair company, and I've been building business credit for myself, for over 10 years. So I've went through the changes and stuff. It wasn't just until less than 6 months ago is when I was starting to think about, starting this YouTube channel, because I was seeing such bad advice given away on Facebook groups. So then I started that Facebook group. That's why we have almost 4,000 subscribers or members on the group on Facebook. And then it wasn't until December 6th when I started taking the YouTube serious. That's when I did my second video, and then I got traction, and we're almost at 3,000 subscribers now, So it's something I enjoy, but it kind of comes natural to me, because I don't want to say I know everything, but I probably know 99% more than other guys out there that's on YouTube. basically just researching information a little bit, and then just making a video about what they just read. A lot of the stuff I'm telling you is all firsthand experience that I've dealt with, at some point or another, either recently or in the last couple years. So you have all these accounts. How do you manage paying all them on time? Divvy, Don, Divvy. So when you say all these accounts, no, I don't want to say that I have all the accounts that I talk about. No, because if you go through on my videos, I probably list 50 different companies, but I would say I've either had 30 or so of those and actively have about 15 or 20 of those between all my businesses. So that's how I can basically, give advice about them, because I have firsthand experience with them. So I would say there's a couple of them that, I'll release information about that I got, but I never used, like say the floor and decor I have. I've never used it, but I got the approval, but it's not reporting on my business credit because I don't use it, so I don't need to keep track of it if I don't use it. A lot of times I'm just try to see how easy it is to get approved, so I can give you guys data points. So, and a lot of these starter vendors that I talk about, you only use them once just to get your initial business credit established. After that, once you meet your goals on what you need, then you don't need a lot of these trade lines, like I got Divvy and I got ClearCard, that's 160,000 combined that I have on corporate credit cards right there. So, but I did have back in 2018, I did an OPG for F-150 with Ford Motor Credit, and that was an OPG through Ford Motor Credit Commercial. So, there's, keep in mind though that my business was already established when I did that, it was already established, but there's ways to get what you want as long as you position yourself the right way, and there's more new technology coming out now with the Plaid platform and these fintech companies that wasn't available for me, say 2 years ago. So that's why I'm, bringing all this different little information up, and all these things are constantly changing. Like the UPS store, nobody caught on to the virtual addresses for many years, even Regis, but now these companies are catching on and not allowing those certain addresses. So it's a science, like birdscaping said, it's never ending changing, but I would say the best way to keep track of the accounts is do good old Excel, Google Docs, Google Sheets, and put in the very first trade line you got, even if you prepaid or whatever, say the NAV Business Boost, put who it is and when you paid them, so you can keep track of that. And then if you owe anybody, you just put down uline or this amount and when it's due, so you keep track of that. Then and always pay 5 to 10 days early. Pay it early and you'll be okay. You won't have any problem. But yeah, it can be overwhelming if you're trying to get say 10 of them all at once and you have to keep track of all of them. But that's not really what I teach, but you can do that, and it's not that hard. If you went after 10 of them in say a matter of 3 days and got them all set up, then they're all going to be due within like 2 weeks, so you got to get them all paid in 2 weeks, and then you're fine at that point, and then you just wait for them to report in 30 to 90 days, and then after that first round is reporting, and that's leveled off, then you can start on your next tier. And then just leave those starter vendors alone, the initial ones. What does the bank go by? Regular deposits when asking for a loan? Yeah, for typically, yes, they're going to be looking at incoming deposits, rather that be like, say, ACH deposits through, like, say, PayPal or Stripe, merchant account, or manual deposits or check deposits. That's what they're typically going to be looking at. Jeff Montgomery score is 89. Jeff, you should be okay if you want to. I don't remember if you said you already have a Sam's MasterCard through Synchrony Bank, Sam's Business MasterCard. If not, that scores should be fine to get a Sam's Club MasterCard. No PG. And I would think you should be able to get some other fleet cards as well at that score. I don't know what your Dun and Bradstreet score is, though. But I know for a fact that Synchrony Bank, Sam's Club, Business MasterCard pulls Experian. So you should be fine there. Mason Rogers, I'm still building my personal credit, lots of great accounts and whatnot. My personal credit is mostly lacks age, but a year from now it should be pretty good. Yep. Yeah, that's the average age of your accounts and stuff. That's kind of it's kind of what messed me up, because I had a call center in the Philippines, and I travel back and forth constantly. 2 times a year I travel to the Philippines and go back and forth, from Ohio to Philippines, constantly going back and forth with my kids and stuff. And because I have to keep track of, the boss is there, the boss is not there. So, my employees, well, even I have office managers, even when I leave, the Philippines, and I'm gone for, say, 4 months, I have to make surprise visits, because it keeps them online. And sometimes they start to get lazy. So I have to basically clean the office up, get rid of the ones that are working good and are working bad and not being productive, and, basically just clean house every couple months. So I never really built up personal credit, because I never had a need for even personal credit, years and years ago. So, I don't have 25 years on my personal credit that I should have, as far as the age of credit. My average age is like 7-8 years, But I still have very good FICO scores. With that all being said, all my FICO scores, I think the lowest is like 745 to 780, somewhere in there. My question about Creditsafe is, why don't they have a profile for my company when Dun and Bradstreet does? I have a paid X80. You have to ask them about that. I mean, they're the largest business credit reporting agency in the world, but not in the U.S. They're starting to make ground in the U.S., but I wouldn't be too concerned with that. But I would ask for that refund for sure. That could be a couple different reasons. They just haven't pulled your data from your Secretary of State, or the trade lines that you do have only reported to Dun Bradstreet and say Experian, but they haven't reported to Creditsafe, so that wouldn't generate a profile unless one of the trade lines that you got actually report to Creditsafe. Right. Yeah. Yep. It's all about investing into, staff, coders, development. Yeah, it's info@vanhornmarketing.com. It's scrolling below too as well. At the bottom, it's scrolling. Let me see if I can. Hey, Mason, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. I release, I want to say, yeah, I release like members only content on there, but it's pretty much the same stuff that I, talk about on here and on my public videos. It's just I kind of stay on top of my members that are the join paid members, stay on top of you guys that don't forget to do things and, give you heads up on certain things. And you get to use the little emojis that are dollar sign emojis. I got catch up here, you guys. Mason, I just put my email address there again if you want to shoot me an email. Let's see here. Don Gonzalez, do you have any guidance on purchasing a company car under your business? Don, it's right here on the screen. Ally Business Auto Loan, no personal guarantee. That was released 7 hours ago. I've just made that video. And then another one right here I did 2 weeks ago about Ford Motor Credit and Toyota, Ally, and GM. And I believe, so there's 2 of them right there. I would say the Ally Business Auto Loan would be the best out of all, easiest approval, but you're still going to need to get, you're still going to need to be able to show business credit or be willing to do a personal guarantee. So Ally allows personal guarantee where it doesn't affect your personal credit unless you default, but the business loan, the car loan is in your business name and it doesn't go on your personal credit at all. It doesn't affect your personal credit. It's not reported at all. And it builds business credit, but it doesn't affect anything on your personal side if you have decent enough personal credit and you have a down payment. David Rodas, what would you suggest a good funding source for a sole proprietor with 680 FICO and new business credit profile? Well, if you're sole proprietor, I would advise you to form an LLC right away. You need to separate yourself as a sole proprietor. You need to separate yourself as a completely different identity. And you can still do that with an LLC and file your taxes as a Schedule C with your 1040. You do that at the end of the year, but I would advise getting an LLC set up so you have a completely separate identity because you're not going to have good luck with getting business credit. For one, having a 680 FICO score or being a sole proprietor, there's no options out there for you, unfortunately. 680 FICO is not bad, but the problem is you're a sole proprietor, and when you're trying to get business credit and business funding, they want to see that you actually have your business structured properly. Forming an LLC in your state, unless you're in California, Nevada, it shouldn't be more than a couple $100. It's only like a 1 or 2 page form that you can fill out. Like in Ohio here, it's like a 1 page form you just fill out. It's very simple. and cost $95, processed the next day. So, and then after that, you get your EIN number. But I would suggest to you to get get an LLC filed in your state, and after that, get your EIN from the IRS website and start separating your name from your individual self. You need to look at it as a separate identity. This is my big business ticket LLC registration, Arizona, Spartan. Big ticket LLC. Yeah, there's none for those addresses. There's only New Jersey. It's not active. Ever heard of a financial? Sounds familiar, but can't recommend or say anything more than that. Looks familiar, that's all I can say. Anthony Dominguez. Hello. I'm running about 12 to 15 trade lines. When I applied for Amex Business, they denied me. Bernstein of my personal credit about 5 or 6 years ago. Well, to be able to get an American Express business card, you're going to need to be already in their system on the personal side. Like you need to have American Express, like say Blue Magnet card or the American Express Gold card or the Platinum card on the personal side. Once you're in the door with them, then about 3 months later, then you should apply for the Amex business card, and then it will only be a soft pull on your personal credit. But there's this, you really need to have to be able to get approved for American Express. They're looking pretty much only at Experian is who they pull through, pretty much religiously, and they like to see a little bit over 700. Some people get approved for like 705, FICO 8, but you really want to be around 720 to 730 to get the best odds and starting limit with American Express. Mason Rogers became a YouTube member. That's good. Thanks for the support, Mason. How do I update my business information with Experian? Michael, let's see here. I did a video about this. Yeah, so right here, let me. This is the video that you want to. So. Latchkey, just check out that link that I just sent. If you don't see that link in there, just go on my channel here and look for this picture. I'm holding the Experian credit report. I walk you through the steps and show you emails that I've got directly from Experian business credit reporting agency on how to fix everything. What are they actually looking for? I mean, they're looking for no derogatories. So American Express is going to make sure that they don't really approve people that have any type of derogatories, especially any recent derogatories. But even old derogatories that are even 4 or 5 years old, they typically won't approve you, and they want to see a high FICO score, in the 700s. Not a Vantage score like on Credit Karma. They want to see an actual high FICO score. Thank you for that. Yeah, email me, no problem. Thanks for joining in, Mason. Thanks for the support. Email me anytime. Anthony, I don't know, because you're going back and forth. I don't know what. So you're saying the trade lines. I would need to see more information. Like I said earlier, shoot me an email, okay? That would be best, because it seems like you need more. You need to update addresses and stuff. So I can guide you better, because it would take probably 30 minutes explaining why other people are waiting if I get into everything on your question on all this right now. And we can knock it out a lot quicker through email. Just shoot me an email. I don't charge anything for my advice. Just shoot me an email, info@vanhornmarketing.com. It's in this, it's scrolling below as well. Or support@joshvanhorn.com. Either or. Don Gonzalez, thank you for explaining how to manage it all, because systems are important as goals. Yes, exactly. You want to be keeping track of everything for sure. Stay on top of it, because having a late negative business payment is much harder to fix than it is on the personal side. Dun's not reporting. Jeff, I don't know. I can't pull your Dun and Bradstreet report. I can't pull Experian or Equifax. I can only pull Creditsafe. Creditsafe is another credit bureau, business credit bureau. That's the only thing I can pull on Livecast right now. You can pull your own, though, at nav.com. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. Age of primary seem to be what breaks good credit from great credit. Yep. Age, Mason, and credit limits. Those are the two primary factors. So you want to be able to have like a 10,000, 20,000 or higher credit card, more than one, preferably 2 to 3. If you have those high limit cards, then the age doesn't matter quite as much, but age is always going to be a factor. But if you have, if you play the credit game on the personal side correctly, you can make it so the age part really doesn't play much of a role, as long as you get it all perfect. Let's see here. No, Tyrone, if you play Creditsafe, you need to get that money back. Dun and Bradstreet offers a service, though, for about the same amount, or $1,500, and it's good for 1 year. Credit Builder. If it's Credit Builder, then that's overpriced. So you might want to double check if you got Dun and Bradstreet Credit Builder or Creditsafe. Creditsafe is a company. Credit Builder is a product that Dun and Bradstreet offers. If it's Credit Builders and you got that, then that's okay, because that's like a yearly thing. I would get my money back, because it's kind of not worth it. Even with Dun and Bradstreet, it's really not worth it. Because there's not many companies that you can actually self-report tradelines. And if you're going to do that, then they have a monthly option. You just pay $149 a month, and you can do the self-reporting and do that for like 2 or 3 months. And then you only spent like 300, 450, and not the 1,200. So I'm not sure if you're talking about the credit builder with Dun and Bradstreet or the Creditsafe. I'm not sure, but either or, I would cancel either one of them. It's not really necessary, and then you could just do the monthly with a credit builder, Dun and Bradstreet credit builder. Aslis 2884. I missed what you were checking for people. I was just checking their people, their Creditsafe. It's like the just like Experian, Dun and Bradstreet, and Equifax, but it's a lesser known one, but still a business credit reporting agency that I have access to. Let's see here. BLK Wealth Dynamics. Can UCC filings help your business credit profiles? No. Are you talking about the UCC filings? If you're talking about just the standard UCC filings, no, they don't help or they don't hurt. They can hurt eventually. That's just the company telling the state that you have a sizable debt that you owe the company that you owe, and they could take possession of your assets. But there's nothing negative on that because it's like required, especially when you get an SBA loan, that's required and it's going to be reported as well. But I don't know. Clarify what exactly you're talking about, because I can't really see your message here. It's kind of mixed with the other ones here. So many of them are coming in. You're welcome. Does Granger still report? I know they stopped, but now I'm getting, I can't say for certain myself 100% because I haven't ordered from Granger in probably 3 months, 4 months. But I'm hearing from others that they are reporting. So that's the only thing I can tell you on that, but I'll try to clarify that in the coming days or weeks. Tried that when they called me, but I couldn't have my trading line. Okay, you guys, I got a few more minutes and then I got to get off here because we're almost at 4 hours again. Almost 30 people still on the stream. My legs are going numb. I need to walk around. The last live chat was like, what is it, 4 hours and 48 minutes straight. Let's see here. Jordan's transportation. I'll check here real quick. You guys send me any other final questions you guys may have. And before I shut it down. Let me make sure. It doesn't look like I'm seeing any. There's Jordan Transportation, Pennsylvania, and Nebraska. But it doesn't look like there is any right here. North Carolina. Yeah, there's none in North Carolina. There's one right here, Davis and Jordan Transportation. But you didn't say it's Davis, right? It's just Jordan's Transportation. There's none with a S. Yeah. Yeah, that happens when you have any type of just like you said, factoring invoices, like lines of credit that, the companies just want to register, but they don't hurt your credit score at all. Thanks, Josh. Good evening, everyone. Yep. Thank you for tuning in, Jeff. Have a good night. Darnell, you're still around. Darnell's been there from the beginning. Thank you for the support, Darnell. Yeah, so Deuce Jordan, it doesn't look like there's yours is here, so I'm not seeing it, but anyways, you guys, I'll put here again my email address. You guys can shoot me an email if you have any questions. I can answer it by email. I'll respond usually within 24 hours. So shoot me the email now and I'll get back to you sometimes within a couple hours, but usually no more than 24 hours. Okay. So I got 2 emails here. Either or works. The support at joshvanhorn.com is my new site that I'm doing the membership thing set up for. So that is directly all about business credit email address. So the info at Van Horn Marketing is also my email address, but it's mixed in with my business clients for my other company. So just shoot me an email, either or, preferably the support at joshvanhorn.com. But if you have questions with personal credit or business credit, or you have a problem at all with your business credit, shoot me an email and I'll do my best to try to give you advice. Like I said, I never charge anything for my advice. Okay. Just here to help you guys. Thank you, Tyrone. I appreciate it so much. Make sure you have that bell notification turned on and subscribed, so then you'll be alerted for any upcoming videos. I got probably 2 videos coming out tomorrow, and I try to keep up at least 5 to 6 videos a week and at least 1 live cast like this a week. All different topics as well. Let's see here. BLK Wealth. I guess my question is if I actually satisfied debt that was filled by the lender, would lenders consider this a funding decision? I'm not quite sure what you mean 100% about the UCC1 filings. Shoot me an email so I can, if you have your NAV business credit report, let me see what it is or explain it to me a little bit more in detail. And I know a lot. I may not know the exact topic that you're talking about, but I can get you the right answer. Anyways, you guys take care. I appreciate all the support. Thank you, Mr. J. You guys have a good evening too. No problem. You guys be safe. Take care. Until next time. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up, you guys. If you guys like this, all right? Smash that thumbs up, all right? You guys have a good evening. Till next time. Peace.